Alabama. The University of Alabama at Birmingham Hospital is putting in vitro fertilization treatments on hold over concerns that patients and physicians could be prosecuted.
This following the Alabama Supreme Court allowing 2 wrongful death lawsuits against a fertility clinic with patients alleging their embryos were mistakenly destroyed. Justices ruling an 1872 state law allowing parents to sue over the death of a child applies to unborn children and embryos.
Fox's Kristen Goodwin. 2 missiles suspected of being fired by Iran-backed Houthi rebels hit a British-owned cargo ship.
British officials say the attack caused a fire on board and coalition military forces are on their way to help. The vessel is in the Gulf of Aden, around 70 miles off Yemen.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. America's listening to Fox News.
The news is sponsored by Lee University, where you can expect something great.
Southern Heritage Bank can help your dreams about a new home come true. And Welcome Home Grant Funds can provide up to $20,000.
There are a lot of banks, so what makes Southern Heritage Bank unique? It's our commitment to being unbelievably good as we identify and meet your needs. Stop by one of our 5 locations in Cleveland or Chattanooga and let us show you the difference our customers have come to expect. We strive to offer the latest banking technology: mobile wallet, online account opening, mobile banking with bill pay, and ATMs that allow cash or check deposit. All available 24/7 with a local community bank. Southern Heritage Bank, a division of First Citizens National Bank, member FDIC.
Mix 1041, good morning to all of you. Mix 1041, we're on mixtv.tv. Dog 1013, The Buzz. Good morning on a very busy morning here at Mix 1041 and mixtv.tv. Talk 1013, The Buzz. We're also on your phones, your mobile devices through the free Mix 1041 app. That's a free download at mymix1041.com. As we come on the air, let me remind you, we have a great contest for you this morning. Lady Vols LSU in Knoxville. We have 2 tickets to that game for Sunday. It's a big game. Our contest sponsored by Milligan Vane. Call or text. So we're going to give these away at 9 o'clock this morning. Call or text in at 423-614-6499. Lady Vols taking on the defending national champion LSU Lady Tigers, who won by 1 over Kentucky last night on a last-second shot. All right, so a lot going on. Let me hit a program note and reminder. We will conduct a district debate of the district attorney candidates for the 10th Judicial District beginning at 8 o'clock this morning in our studio. Much like we did 2 years ago during the election cycle of 2022, we are bringing the debates for different races into our studio during our morning broadcast. And so if you can listen or watch live, that's great. But if you can't, you can always go back and watch, or watch live, I guess, and watch anytime at mixtv.tv. One story here, and then pardon me, folks. One story here, and then we're going to talk with Hal Taylor from Cleveland City Schools. The Tennessee Highway Patrol's investigating a deadly crash. It happened on Highway 60 in Bradley County Wednesday about 9:30 a.m., and that's actually Dalton Pike. Yesterday. It happened in front of Waterville Elementary near Gillian Drive. And the Highway Patrol said the multi-vehicle crash happened on the northbound side of Dalton Pike. At least one person was killed. The identity of the victim has not been released. Well, right now, we are joined by the Director of Operations, Cleveland City Schools, our longtime friend, Hal Taylor. Hal, good morning.
Good morning. How are you, sir?
Buddy, I'm doing great. Thanks for joining us. And let's just launch right in here. You've got a need, don't you?
Right. You know, we came back. We did some training. We were able to get routes covered this year so far, but we still haven't ever gotten our full number of drivers that we need, and we've lost a few recently. So, you know, we're coming asking for bus drivers and telling people consider this as a job. If you're retired, if you're got where you can work in the morning and work in the afternoon, this might be the job for you. This might be, so you get plenty of time with your family, you get time off on the summertime to go visit, and so like I said, we have a particular set of circumstances that can work for some folks, especially if they're looking in retirement and they want to learn how to drive a bus and do something that's useful for the community and feel good about what they do.
That's right. Hal Taylor. Hal Taylor joins us. He's the Director of Operations for Cleveland City Schools. So let's talk about the job itself, and also you've really made it attractive for people that want to be a bus driver.
Right. We'll train you. It can take 2 to 3 months. It depends on how the person individual, but we will train you at $11.85 an hour. While you're in training, you can ride a bus, learn, make sure that it's something you want to do. And then once you're trained, it's $22.47 an hour, 5-hour minimum a day. Wow. And then if you work over 5 hours plus field trips, you would get paid that same rate for doing field trips. You go into athletic events. If you enjoy sports, you can go watch these basketball games or football games sometimes whenever we have or band competitions. So it's an interesting job. I think a lot of people that do it enjoy it. We got a great group of folks, probably one of the best group of folks we've ever had right now as bus drivers. So we're proud of what we do over there.
You and I have talked before. I mean, for children, getting on the bus, that's really the first point of contact for Cleveland City Schools for so many thousands of children.
Absolutely. A smile and a hello makes all the difference in the start of their day. It sets them up for success. And that's the key. The teachers, they walk into that classroom, and hopefully that first point of contact from the school system has been an enjoyable one to set them up for success with their teachers as they get into school.
All right, so we're joined by Cleveland City Schools Director of Operations, Hal Taylor, and they have a need for bus drivers, and so I wanted to get Hal on here. We think this is extremely important. And so, interested people, what do they need to do, Hal?
They can contact the Transportation Department at Cleveland City Schools. Our number is 472-9576, but just get on the website. It'll tell them the phone numbers for transportation as well if they don't remember it. And then Steve asked me why I'm wearing a yellow shirt today.
Why are you wearing a yellow shirt?
I'm glad you asked why I'm wearing a yellow shirt. It's tomorrow is Bus Driver Appreciation Day, and we're asking everybody involved with the schools around our bus drivers to wear a yellow shirt tomorrow to show them that they appreciate what they do.
Yes.
They're the unsung heroes of the morning light is what we call them, because they get up. I get up at 4. Most of my drivers get up at 4 to 5 in the morning. They're on the road by 6. So they really are the heroes of the morning. For the school system. So
tomorrow, National Bus Driver Appreciation, is that right?
Right. And
wear yellow tomorrow.
Wear yellow to celebrate them. So.
All right. Again, Cleveland City Schools looking for applicants with a current Class A or B CDL license to begin a career as a bus driver for the city system. Again, as Hal told you, guaranteed 5 hours per day, $22.47 per hour once you're a driver, and then you'll train them at what rate?
About $11.85 an hour.
$11.85. All right, so call if you're interested. 423-472-9576, or go to clevelandschools.org, I believe. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Who knows? Who cares?
Something like
.biz. Who cares? No, it's clevelandschools.org, or you can actually call us here if you need that number again. We'd be glad to pass along. Our friend Hal Taylor. Hal, have a great day. God bless our bus drivers.
Appreciate it, sir.
Thank you, sir, very much. Hal Taylor, everybody. We don't call him Shallow Hal anymore. All right, get out of here. You're looking good, by the way. It is 10 minutes after 7 a.m., and let's get our first check of the streets. That's a great opportunity for people, Bridget.
Yes, it sure is. Yeah, let's get a check of traffic here. This Don Ledford Cleveland Mixed Highway Patrol report is brought to you by Don Ledford in Cleveland. During the President's Day trade-up event, they have big savings on as many as 85 pre-owned trucks, SUVs, vans, sedans, and coupes in stock, representing almost every brand, domestic and import. That's at Don Ledford Cleveland on North Lee Highway. We have no reports of any accidents this morning. Drive safely out there as you make your way in. If you see a traffic problem, give us a call. The volunteer Rid of Pest Mix line is 614-6499. You can also text us at that same number as well. This traffic report is brought to you by Waste Connections of Cleveland, efficient, state-of-the-art automated curbside service. Find out more by visiting wasteconnections.com/ClevelandTN.
It's time to get a good wake-up with our friends at Hardee's at 11 minutes after 7. There is a delicious Hardee's breakfast near you waiting on you right now. Can you smell those God bless you. Good morning, Hardee's Biscuits. Come on now.
Now at Hardee's, 2 hand-breaded chicken tender wraps are only $5. Choose your favorite flavors for endless combinations. 2 wraps, just $5. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
Transform your window project with Cleveland Exteriors. High-quality Viwintech windows built to last a lifetime. Cleveland Exteriors, your trusted partner for exceptional windows. Visit clevelandexteriors.com or call today.
Mayfield Dairy, celebrating 100 years of the iconic Mayfield ice cream at mayfielddairy.com. Proudly headquartered in Athens, Tennessee.
Dad, are these numbers right? Our factory's been overproducing mattresses for most of the year.
The boys were on a heater and I just let them cook.
What?
Yeah, well, when you have a crew of craftsmen like we do, you just gotta let them go.
Well, I guess there's one thing to do.
Right now at Mermaid Mattress, get Tempur-Pedic, the most highly recommended mattress in America, starting at only 41 cents a night.
But people better hurry, because at these prices, they won't last long.
And it's only at Mermaid Mattress.
Your sleep, handmade, hand-delivered.
Welcome to Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive excellence is our top priority. At Mountain View Nissan, we take pride in offering you the finest selection of vehicles, perfectly suited for your adventurous spirit. From powerful SUVs ready to conquer any terrain to your everyday gas-friendly commuters, we have the perfect vehicle to match your lifestyle. This is Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive dreams become reality. Visit one of our 3 locations in Dalton, Chattanooga, and Cleveland today, and let us take your driving experience to new peaks.
When most people think of plumbing and electrical supply houses, there's an idea that they're just for plumbers or electricians or builders to shop at. Wholesale Supply is proud to be open to the public and proud to serve our communities. By supplying the best quality products for the best prices with the best service guaranteed, Wholesale Supply is your one-stop shop for everything plumbing, electrical, and HVAC. To find a location near you, visit wholesalesupply.us for more. Helping build communities in the Southeast for over 80 years is just what we do.
Paula, tell us about how you came to shop at Chattanooga Auto Square.
Well, I was introduced to it from my husband. He purchased his first Range Rover years ago. Then occasionally I'd start asking him if I could start driving it. I would confidently recommend them. I mean, they make you feel like family from the moment you arrive. Being in real estate for like 34 years, you really come to value and appreciate the level of service that Range Rover gives you. Chattanooga Auto Square, luxury lives here.
Save a bundle at Eller & Owen's Furniture and Mattress. Furniture, mattresses, and decor. The more you buy, the more you save. Up to 40% off. Create a bundle, a sofa and chairs, end tables, a recliner, lamps and rugs, an entire room. Up to 40% off. Create a custom bundle and watch the savings grow. Up to 40% off. Look for Take Me Home Today tags. Bundle in-stock items. Special financing is available. Bundle and save at Eller & Owen's Furniture and Mattress.
You save when you buy from the factory, and now you'll save even more at Mermaid Mattress.
For today, we'll have cloudy skies early in the day and then a 40% chance of rain showers this afternoon, a high of 67 and a low of 50 tonight, with rain likely tonight as well. And then for tomorrow, partly cloudy skies, a high of 64 and a low of 38 tomorrow evening. And then on Saturday, partly cloudy with a high of 52. Your current Simply Bank temperature is 52 degrees.
This weather forecast is brought to you by PhD Pharmacy, Keith Street near Harrison Pike. Free delivery within a 50-mile radius of Cleveland. Call Gina Mosier Patterson today at 423-614-6650.
This is Thomas Williams with Mountain View Nissan.
You need money overnight? Check into cash. Your time is tight. .com. Bank accounts too low? Check into cash. So where do you go? .com. Do it online in a record time. It's the easy way to get money next day. Do a quick click from from home at checkingtocash.com. You can be sure it's secure from our bank straight to yours. Do a quick click from home at checkingtocash.com.
Peyton Southeastern in Cleveland is hiring case selectors. Starting pay at $19 an hour. Earning potential up to $23 an hour plus incentive pay. Additional $2 an hour night shift premium. And you're eligible to earn a $3,000 stay bonus. Flexible schedules and great benefits at Peyton Southeastern in Cleveland. They have open interviews Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 9 to 11 a.m. and from 1 to 3 p.m. Apply online at jobs.kroger.com to work at Peyton Southeastern in Cleveland.
Hey listeners, there's a new Buzz Tuesdays at noon, the voice of we the people. It's about what the H is going on in America. Tune in and call in Tuesdays on 101.3 The Buzz. A seatbelt is required for this ride.
Shopping for a great deal on a car or truck? Know this. Cleveland Ford is loaded with vehicles, over 230 in stock, all discounted. I'm talking saving up to $7,500 on new F-Series trucks and Mustang Mach-E. We have financing as low as 0% on Edge and 1.9% for 72 months on new F-150s. And as always, you get a lifetime powertrain warranty and complimentary service when you buy from us. So hurry to Cleveland Ford today because this sale ends soon, or shop us at clevelandford.com.
I told my son to find me the nicest place to live in Cleveland. He said, Dad, there's only one place, and that's Garden Plaza. And I moved into the patio home. Everybody knows your name from day one, and there's something to do all day long if you want to participate in it. You cannot possibly be bored at Garden Plaza. It is just great, and their food is outstanding. It's out of this world. And I'm so happy I'm here. Garden Plaza is it for me.
Choosing the right health care plan for you and your family can be overwhelming. Direct Primary Care Associates' new pharmacy benefits is the best choice for you and your family. With personalized attention, convenient telemedicine options, and free generic medications, Direct Primary Care Associates Pharmacy Benefits offers everything you need to keep you and your family healthy and happy. Say goodbye to long wait times, rushed appointments, and unexpected medical bills. Visit our website to learn more about how Direct Primary Care Associates can provide the best healthcare experience for you and your family. Direct Primary Care Associates, affordable health care for all.
It's time for your Cleveland area community calendar presented by Tenova Healthcare. Learn more about Tenova Healthcare in Cleveland by visiting them online at tenovacleveland.com.
614-6499 or call us at that same number. So again, call or text 614-6499. We'll get you entered into the drawing.
This Mixed TV interview is supplied by Wholesale Supply Group. Visit us online at wholesalesupply.us.
We're coming back now, Mix 104.1, and also now on MixedTV.tv. We welcome in the 4th and 5th grade boys basketball champions in the Silver Division, Prospect Elementary School. Good morning, guys. How are you? Great to see all of you. We're also joined by Principal, a longtime friend, Steve Montgomery. Talk to him in just a second. Coaches are Mark Witt and Chris Haney. And, Mark, I want to begin with you. First of all, tell me about this team.
By the end of the season, we started playing some really good basketball and ended up winning the tournament. So, and I'm really proud of happy for the 5th graders. Steve, I don't know if you've been a part of teams that did not win any games, but last year
certainly have, yes, actually.
it can be rough on parents, coaches, and kids. But last year we didn't win a game. And so for these 5th graders to come back and continue to work hard and end on a good note, it was really special to see. So really proud of them.
Well, that's a wonderful accomplishment. Chris Haney, tell me a little more here, buddy, about this great team.
Well, I tell you, like Mark said, we wanted to be playing our best basketball at the end of the season, which we did, and we were playing phenomenal basketball as far as defense in the tournament. I think we decided that no team scored more than about 18, 17 points on us, so it was great defense, and we had always told the boys that great defense turns into really good offense. So they've done a really good job with like Mark said, progressing over the season and just kind of coming into their own and really kind of finding that niche of playing as a team, and that was what it was all about. They started moving the ball really good.
You talk about great defense. Let me talk about someone who's very offensive. Steve Montgomery. Come on, Steve. The principal of Prospect. Steve, you got to be proud of this team. My goodness.
I'm very excited for these boys this morning. Like Coach Witt said about last year, but we were playing great at the end of the year. It's almost like March Madness. To watch our boys play and to watch our cheerleaders cheer and watch our parents support our kids, that's what it's all about. And that's what we had that night. We had a lot of excitement in the air, and we were able to take the championship ball game. And we are very excited at Prospect Elementary School. Not only are they good basketball players, but they're good students in the classroom, very respectful, and they represent our school very well.
All right. Tell you what, we're just going to pass that microphone along. I think it's going to be a lot easier here. So I've already talked to the players. I've said, just give us your name and then anything that you'd like to say and maybe what grade you're in, and I'll give you some other questions. What's your name, buddy?
Drake.
Hi, Drake. How are you?
Good.
All right, so what grade?
4th grade.
4th grade. All right. And then would you like to say anything else?
No, I'm good.
Hi to anybody? Okay, just pass it on. That's just fine. What's your name?
My name is Colin.
All right. You guys have last names? I noticed we're just getting first. What are you on the witness protection program? What's going on? What's your last name?
Baird.
Okay, buddy. All right, so anything else you'd like to say?
No.
Nothing. Okay.
My name is Dawson Haney.
Hi, Dawson. How are you?
Good.
You know Chris Haney?
Yes, he's my dad.
He is? Wow. Okay, now, what is he a better dad or coach?
Dad.
Hey, you know what? I just remembered. I think we saw each other in Florida over the summer. That's exactly right. We were in Target in Florida. That's right. Thank God there's a Target in Florida. Hey, buddy, so, and I'm going to ask you this. What did you really enjoy about this season, buddy?
I really enjoyed improving as a team, and getting to win the championship was something really good to me because I've never made it to the championship or even won a championship. And because last year, like they said, we never won a game last year, so it was really special.
That's just wonderful. Are you a 5th grader?
5th grader.
5th grade. All right. All right, bud. Tell us your name.
I'm Knox.
And what's your last name?
Witt.
You know what? If I were you, I wouldn't use my last name either. I went to high school with your dad, so I understand. Hey, buddy, so what grade are you in?
5th.
5th grade. Anything else you want to say?
Not really.
That's okay, just like Dad. Okay. Thank God for Mom. All right, what's your name, buddy?
Ben.
Hi, Ben. What's your last name?
Ronka.
Ben Ronka. I know some Ronkas. Hey, so anything else you'd like to add?
No.
Okay, what grade are you in, buddy?
5th.
5th grade, okay. Hi, what's your name?
Ethan.
Ethan what? Ethan what? What's your
Strain.
Strain, okay. Now, Ethan, tell me, what grade are you in?
4th.
4th grade, and then anything else you'd like to say, bud?
No.
Okay, that's okay. Hey, Ethan, how often did you dunk the basketball? Several times. Just, that's all you did. Okay, I like it. What's your name, buddy?
Elijah.
Hi, Elijah. What's your last name?
Tinker.
Elijah Tinker. All right, so Elijah, boy, I like your hoodie there. That's very nice. I got one in the back, actually. I was going to wear it, but I've got to do a debate next hour. So anyway, I got to wear a shirt. Hey, so tell me about your season, man. What'd you like about it?
Defense a lot.
Defense. Defense wins championships, doesn't it, Chris?
That's exactly
You
right.
just said it.
That's exactly
All right, guys. Well, listen, back to the coaches for a second. Mark Witt, Chris Haney. This is, by the way, if you're just joining us, Prospect Elementary, 4th, 5th grade basketball champions went worst to first. How about that?
There you go.
And, guys, Mark, congratulations. Anything you want to add here before we go?
I just thank all the parents, the coaches, and one thing I guess I'll end on is just, I think we started ending our pregame speeches, we were, what are we going to do offensive, defensively, but, we ended it every time, especially in the tournament time, is at the end of the day, just go have fun with your friends. Yeah. Go play ball with your friends and have fun. I think we actually started playing better, just loosen up, don't be afraid to make mistakes. I think that's what we need to instill in these kids. Don't be afraid, have fun with your friends playing basketball. So. Right.
Big congratulations. Hey, thanks to the parents for bringing them in this morning. Prospect Elementary. Let's give them a big hand. Give yourselves a hand. Come on. The champions. There they are. All right, we're going to take a quick time out here. Then Parkview Elementary. We're going to have them in 4th and 5th grade girls basketball champions in the silver division. This is, of course, from the Bradley County Parks and Recreation Tournament, which was just completed a couple of weeks ago. We'll be back in just a moment.
The Mix 104.1 News Desk, brought to you by Logan Thompson Law, a tradition of legal and community service. That's Logan Thompson Law at LoganThompsonLaw.com. This news update brought to you by Cleveland Plywood Company, 2700 20th Street Northeast in Cleveland.
This is John Davis, the trading man for Kia Cleveland on South Lee Highway.
Attention shoppers, don't forget to ask our certified butchers for great recipe tips.
This is an authentic butcher shop, where meat is hand-cut in-store, beef is ground fresh daily, and expert advice from a certified butcher is always free of charge.
Free advice? That's what I call value. The quality I crave, the value I count on.
Nobody does food like Food City.
Did you know that drinking and driving is a leading cause of traffic fatalities? It kills more than 28 people in the United States every day. That means one person every 52 minutes. Statistically, young people are the most at risk to drink and drive, but not everyone's doing it. Don't drink and drive.
Now at Hardee's, 2 hand-breaded chicken tender wraps are only $5. Choose your favorite flavors for endless combinations. 2 wraps, just $5. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
Thank you for calling Logan Thompson. This is Ashley.
You get a yearly checkup. Shouldn't your air? With your local Lennox dealer, regular care equals perfect air. With technology you can touch, comfortable air you can feel, and savings you can see. Not just perfect air, perfect for you air.
Call Dale's Heating and Air to upgrade your air today.
Lennox, air is life. Make it perfect.
Hi, I'm Brian Poole, sole owner of Poole Serenity Funeral Home and Cremation Services of Cleveland. It's going to be more of our discount funeral home and cremation center. We'll offer $895 cremation that will come with a wood urn. Only other charges the family have will be for death certificates and permits. That's it. No other hidden charges, no other hidden fees. We have a traditional burial package, $4,595. That does include a casket and the services. You can reach us at www.pfhserenity.com.
And coming soon to Dayton.
At 7:29, good morning, Mix 104.1, MixTV.tv. We're on Talk 101.3 The Buzz. Time for our Mermaid Mattress Weather Center.
This President's Day, buy an iCool, L&K, or Posh & Lavish adjustable set and receive up to an $800 Visa gift card, but only at Mermaid Mattress.
For today, cloudy skies this morning, a 40% chance of rain showers this afternoon, a high of 67 and a low of 50 tonight with rain tonight as well. For tomorrow, partly cloudy skies, a high of 64 and a low of 38. And then on Saturday, partly cloudy with a high of 52. Your current Simply Bank temperature is 52 degrees.
Aubrey's of Cleveland offers some of the most fresh and delicious foods in East Tennessee. Stop in tonight for dinner or order online at aubreysrestaurant.com. Click the Cleveland location and order there.
All right, 7:30, Mix 104.1, the CHI Memorial Sports Desk. CHI Memorial, Hello Human Kindness. The sports report sponsored by the Town Squire. The Town Squire's seasonal sale is now in progress. Great deals on pants, shirts, outerwear, and sweaters. They also have new spring merchandise arriving daily. At the Town Squire, where not only does Larry and his staff have a great selection of clothing and national name brands to choose from, but a history of customer service since 1977. The Town Squire, Stewart Park Plaza, Keith Street, Cleveland, Tennessee. right, Mix 1041 Sports. Let's go to it. Last night, Lee University swept West Georgia women 71-53 and the men 58-57, beat them by 1. Boy, we got some fine young ladies coming in here right now. Look at this from Parkview Elementary. Come on now. Hello, girls. How you doing? God bless you. Oh, no. Then Dustin Gilwalk. And I tell you, it got worse. All right, so, well, let's get back to sports here. Hey, also, as I said, Lee men over West Georgia 58-57. That was on Talk 101.3 The Buzz, presented by CHI Memorial. Walker Valley defensive coordinator Taylor Haney has accepted the head coaching job at Ray County High School, and that was official as of 1 o'clock yesterday. I spoke with Taylor Haney and also Micah Ruling, the athletic director at Ray County, yesterday. They're going to join us very soon to talk about this new position for Taylor Harvey. Again, Walker Valley defensive coordinator, now the Ray County head football coach. Here we go. Region 3 quadruple A, Region 3 4A tournament gets underway tomorrow night. Hey, I talked to Turner Jackson, which is about as exciting as it sounds, but he called me yesterday, Bridget. He said, hey, tell everybody that for some reason, been a little confusion, although we've done this forever.
Mm-hmm.
The tip-off times are 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. local time.
Okay.
7 p.m. local time. So if anybody tells you differently, just go see Turner. He'll put you in a headlock. It's fine. Anyway, so the girls tomorrow night, region girls, here we go. Remember the region now, and the last few years they go with the higher seed host the first round. McMinn County, the Bradley Central High School Bearets, here tomorrow night, Mix 1041 and the Mix app. Howard High School, Chattanooga Howard at Cleveland High at the Raider Arena. Talk 1013 The Buzz and the Mix app. Walker Valley will go to East Hamilton, 99.1 FM and the Mix app. All of our coverage supplied by Wholesale Supply Group. But right now, we are joined by our friends from Parkview Elementary School.
This Mix TV interview is supplied by Wholesale Supply Group. Visit us online at wholesalesupply.us.
Yeah, that's correct.
Dustin, how are you, buddy?
Good. How are you?
Tell me about your team.
We got a good group of girls. They work hard. They show up. They listen most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time.
Most of the time.
Oh, my goodness.
So.
I bet they listen all the time. There we go. Well, so a big congratulations to you and the team and everybody involved. Parkview Elementary, so you're the 4th and 5th grade girls basketball champions in the silver division. Talk about the tournament and that experience.
We ended up playing Blythe Bauer 3 times.
Oh, wow.
So we played them, I think it was the first round, is that right? Yeah. So we played them the first round. We probably won maybe by 20. And so then they came back and made their way through the losers bracket. And so we played them in the championship game. And so they came out, was aggressive. And so they ended up beating us by 4. So then we had to turn around and play them again the next night. And so then we won it that night. So it was exciting. They came ready to play, and then they kind of shocked us the first night, and then we came back and we were ready to play the next night. So we kind of woke us up a little bit.
All right. So let's meet the girls, meet the players. We're going to start down here on this side. So here's what I want. Give us your name, and then anything else you'd like to say. So come on up here, and let's talk to you here, 4th and 5th grade. So what grade? Yeah. What grade are you in?
I'm in 5th grade.
You're a 5th grader, and what's your name?
My name is Lila.
Lila. All right. And do you have a last name?
Lila Harrison.
Lila Harrison. Okay. There we go. Good job. Anything you want to add beyond that?
I just really want to thank my coaches and my parents. Actually,
I'll tell you what. Hey, Coach, will you hand her that microphone? But we're just going to hand the mic around. We tried this mic stand. It didn't work last time.
I just want to thank my coaches. Actually, I want to thank my whole school because on the night of that first championship game, everyone came to support, like, all of us.
Oh, that's
everyone.
Wonderful.
Like, I think probably the entire 5th grade came.
Really?
Almost all the teachers.
Isn't that cool? I love. Did all of you enjoy that? All the support you guys got? That's wonderful. Well, Lila, that was tremendous. Thank you. Just we're going to hand that mic around to all of you. All right. What's your name?
Brinley.
Hi, Brentley. And now let me just say this. Give us your last name. I'm just going to tell all of you. Okay? So what's your last name?
Moses.
Brentley Moses. All right. So, Brentley, what grade are you in?
5th grade.
5th grade. Anything else you want to say?
I'd like to thank my coaches for being great supportive. And I like to thank my team for being amazing and everything else. So yeah.
Well, that's great. And you're the champions. I love that. Hi, what's your name?
I'm Savannah Gill.
Hello, Savannah Gill. How are you?
Good.
All right. What grade are you in?
5th.
And how was your dad as a coach? I mean, was he okay?
It's all right.
You know, your mom's right over here,
Yeah.
so she's obviously much better. I know both of them for most of my life. Anyway, well, anything else you want to say?
No.
That's just fine. Hi, what's your name?
My name's Jocelyn Martin.
Hi, Jocelyn. What grade are you in?
I'm in 5th grade.
5th grade. Anything you want to say?
Thank you for everybody who came to my games and supported me throughout my basketball year.
That's tremendous. Hi, what's your name?
I'm Lainey Lynn.
How are you?
Good.
And what grade?
4th.
4th grade. And then anything you want to say?
I just want to thank my dad and my coaches for giving me this opportunity to do this.
That is wonderful. This is, by the way, just joining us, Parkview Elementary, 4th and 5th grade champions. All right, what's your name?
My name is Peyton Burkacki.
Hi, Peyton. How are you?
Good.
And what grade are you in?
I am in 5th grade.
5th grade. Anything you want to say?
I just wanted to thank my team, my coaches for being there and teaching me a lot of things.
Absolutely. That's what it's all about. Hi, what's your name?
Tegan Carter.
Hi, Tegan. How are you?
Good.
And what grade are you in?
4th.
4th grade. Anything you want to say?
I just want to thank my teachers, Miss Schofield, Miss Taylor, and Miss Molinax. They encouraged me, especially Miss Taylor, and I want to thank my dad for pressuring me because that may have made me nervous, but that also made me play better.
Okay, and Tegan, let me say this. Because you named your teachers, I sent some A's in your future. I think you're going to do really well on your next grades. Okay? That's very smart. I love that, though. All right. Hi, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Zoe Costanza.
Hello, Zoe. How are you?
Good.
And what grade are you in?
4th.
4th grade. Anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, I want to say thank you for everyone that supported me, and yeah.
Hey, Zoe, one quick question. Are you in a relation to George Costanza? Do you know a George Costanza?
No.
Okay, fine. All right, now there are people in this audience who know exactly, especially people as old as I am. All right, what's your name?
Ella Thomas.
Hello, Ella Thomas. How are you?
Good.
All right, so what grade are you in?
I'm in 4th grade.
4th grade at Parkview. How's your principal doing? Is she any better?
Yeah.
Is she doing pretty good as a principal?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad to hear. I'm sure she's watching right now. All right, so good answer. Hey, so anything you want to add?
No.
Nah, we're okay. We're champions. Who cares? All right. Hi, what's your name?
Chesney Sims.
Chesney. What grade are you in?
4th.
Chesney, 4th grade. You know what I just heard?
What?
Are you related to someone who works here?
Austin.
Oh, man. That's sad. I'm sorry. How are you related to Austin?
He's my uncle.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we can we trade him in or something? Maybe. Do you like him at all?
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. That's what everybody says about him. Anyway, well, he just told me that. Anything you want to say?
No.
That's good. I wouldn't either. I'd get out of here as quick as I could. All right, and then what is your name?
Kayla Vernon.
Hello, Kayla. How are you?
Good.
And what grade are you in?
5th.
5th grade. Anything you'd like to say?
No.
No. Well, let me tell you, you girls are the champions. Give yourselves a big hand. This is great. Man. This is Parkview, and Dustin, again, a big congratulations to you, and anything else you'd like to add before we go?
Well, thanks for having us, and since everybody's thanking one another, I want to thank Travis Moses for helping me coach this year.
Travis says drink Coke Zero, it looks like.
There you go.
Very nice. You work at Coke? Yes, sir. Hey, listen. Hey, Travis, you stay here I want to work out a deal with you. Yeah, I want to work out something with you, buddy, okay? I love that Coke Zero. Can't get enough of it. Hey, Dustin. Want to thank anything else?
Thank the parents also.
Yeah.
We had a great group of parents, very supportive, and also thanks to to these girls for letting us coach y'all. All right.
Hey, girls, one last question. Is there any way I could be invited to the victory party? Is there a victory party, and can I come?
Yes.
Is there really?
Yes.
Is there pizza involved?
Yes.
Is there Coke Zero involved?
Wait, there is?
What? We got a Coke man here. Are you kidding me? Hey, congratulations, girls. Wonderful, wonderful accomplishment. God bless you. Thanks, Dustin. Now listen, Dustin, I've been inviting Dustin in. Let's put another hat on. It's the Realty One Group. Dustin, how can people get a hold of you? They want to buy or sell, or maybe they want to sell their neighbor's house with or without their permission.
Perfect. I welcome friends and family of anybody that wants to sell. So,
how do we get a hold of you?
Realty One Expert Group. My phone number is 423-715-7645.
What is that again?
715-7645.
And do it one more time for him.
423-715-7645.
All right, Dustin, thank you, buddy.
Thank
that
you.
Is good. Tell your parents I said hello. I've known them all my life. All right, at 18 before 8, Parkview Elementary. Bridget, what a morning we got going here, I tell you right now. All right, girls, thank you. Now, get to school. No. But you... Well, that's an advertisement for Parkview. Hey, listen. I think you should get the day off.
Yeah!
You're the champions.
Yeah!
Come on. All right. Hey, Parkview, you're welcome. You're welcome, teachers. I got them riled up for you. All right, we'll be back in a moment. Stand by.
Mayfield Dairy, celebrating 100 years of the iconic Mayfield ice cream at MayfieldDairy.com. Proudly headquartered in Athens, Tennessee.
Welcome to Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive excellence is our top priority. At Mountain View Nissan, we take pride in offering you the finest selection of vehicles, perfectly suited for your adventurous spirit. From powerful SUVs ready to conquer any terrain to your everyday gas-friendly commuters, we have the perfect vehicle to match your lifestyle. This is Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive dreams become reality. Visit one of our 3 locations in Dalton, Chattanooga, and Cleveland today, and let us take your driving experience to new peaks.
Bender Realty is helping to keep the community thriving during this pandemic by offering no-contact online tools for buyers and sellers in the real estate market.
Especially in this day and time with COVID, it makes a lot of the buyers are not wanting to get out and walk into someone else's home, and even sellers may not want people in their home. We can actually do a virtual tour with our phones and send it to our clients.
Walk through a property without having to actually be there and see all the intricacies of the property and the things that they may or may not want.
If you're looking to buy, sell, lease, or rent, trust your friends at Bender Realty. 472-2173. Bender-Realty.com. Be home with Bender Realty.
20 years later, we've grown in many ways, but never out of that same customer-first heart to serve. Doing the right thing simply because it's right will earn your business the right way every day, every year, offering permanent steel roofing and siding at competitive prices, keeping promises, staying on time for both deliveries and pickups, making things right when we come up short. Partners like you are the reason Best Buy Metals exists.
Thank you for the opportunity to serve you.
Come see us.
Hey listeners, there's a new Buzz Tuesdays at noon, the voice of We the People. It's about what the H is going on in America. Tune in and call in Tuesdays on 101.3 The Buzz. A seatbelt is required for this ride.
Shopping for a great deal on a car or truck? Know this. Cleveland Ford is loaded with vehicles, over 230 in stock, all discounted. I'm talking saving up to $7,500 on new F-Series trucks and Mustang Mach-E. We have financing as low as 0% on Edge and 1.9% for 72 months on new F-150s. And as always, you get a lifetime powertrain warranty and complimentary service when you buy from us. So hurry to Cleveland Ford today because this sale ends soon, or shop us at clevelandford.com.
I told my son to find me the nicest place to live in Cleveland. He said, Dad, there's only one place, and that's Garden Plaza. And I moved into the patio home. Everybody knows your name from day one, and there's something to do all day long if you want to participate in it. You cannot possibly be bored at Garden Plaza. It is just great, and their food is outstanding. It's out of this world. And I'm so happy I'm here. Garden Plaza is it for me.
46499, or text that same number and win tickets. 2 tickets we're giving away this morning. We'll give those away at 9 a.m. And that contest, by the way, brought to you by Milligan Vein in Cleveland on West Side Drive. And you can see Dr. James Gooden at Milligan Vein. Lady Vols and LSU give those away coming up around 9 o'clock. And then beginning at 8 o'clock this morning, we have our debate among candidates for District Attorney General of the 10th Judicial District. So the 8 o'clock hour will be a debate amongst the 3 candidates. That's coming up next. Stand by.
Now at Hardee's, 2 hand-breaded chicken tender wraps are only $5. Choose your favorite flavors for endless combinations. 2 wraps, just $5. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
Hi, I'm Brian Poole, sole owner of Poole Serenity Funeral Home and Cremation Services of Cleveland. It's going to be more of our discount funeral home and cremation center. We'll offer $895 cremation that will come with a wood urn. Only other charges the family have be for death certificates and permits. That's it. No other hidden charges, no other hidden fees. We have a traditional burial package, $4,595. That does include a casket and the services. You can reach us at www.pfhserenity.com.
Peyton Southeastern in Cleveland is hiring case selectors. Starting pay at $19 an hour. Earning potential up to $23 an hour plus incentive pay. Additional $2 an hour night shift premium. And you're eligible to earn a $3,000 stay bonus. Flexible schedules and great benefits at Peyton Southeastern in Cleveland. They have open interviews Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 9 to 11 a.m. and from 1 to 3 p.m. Apply online at job.kroger.com to work at Peyton Southeastern in Cleveland.
Elevate your siding projects with Cleveland Exteriors. Ascend fiberglass siding built with lasting beauty and low maintenance. Cleveland Exteriors, your trusted partner for exceptional siding. Visit clevelandexteriors.com or call today.
Choosing the right healthcare plan for you and your family can be overwhelming. Direct Primary Care Associates' new pharmacy benefits is the best choice for you and your family. With personalized attention, convenient telemedicine options, and free generic medications, Direct Primary Care Associates Pharmacy Benefits offers everything you need to keep you and your family healthy and happy. Say goodbye to long wait times, rushed appointments, and unexpected medical bills. Visit our website to learn more about how Direct Primary Care Associates can provide the best healthcare experience for you and your family. Direct Primary Care Associates, affordable healthcare for all.
Mayfield Dairy, celebrating 100 years of the iconic Mayfield ice cream at MayfieldDairy.com, proudly headquartered in Athens, Tennessee.
Dad, are these numbers right? Our factory's been overproducing mattresses for most of the year.
The boys were on a heater and I just let them cook.
What?
Yeah, well, when you have a crew of craftsmen like we do, you just gotta let them go.
Well, I guess there's one thing to do. We'll have the biggest inventory clearance sale in our 44-year history.
Yep, we'll just mark everything down.
But people better hurry because at these prices, they won't last long.
And it's only at Mermaid Mattress.
Your sleep, handmade, hand-delivered.
Welcome to Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive excellence is our top priority. At Mountain View Nissan, we take pride in offering you the finest selection of vehicles, perfectly suited for your adventurous spirit. From powerful SUVs ready to conquer any terrain to your everyday gas-friendly commuters, we have the perfect vehicle to match your lifestyle. This is Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive dreams become reality. Visit one of our 3 locations in Dalton, Chattanooga, and Cleveland today, and let us take your driving experience to new peaks.
Did you know that drinking and driving is a leading cause of traffic fatalities? It kills more than 28 people in the United States every day. That means 1 person every 52 minutes. Statistically, young people are the most at risk to drink and drive, but not everyone's doing it. Don't drink and drive.
And she works over at Southern Heritage Bank. Also, Faye Grimes is celebrating a birthday today. That is from Rusty and Regina. Cliff Howard is having a birthday today. Baylor Biddy is 16 today. He's a student at Bradley Central. That is from Mom and Dad. Andrea Shattuck is celebrating a birthday today from her fellow employees over at Life Care. Betsy Arrowwood is celebrating a birthday today.
She's probably rooting for the impeachment of Todd Fletcher, the president of Life Care.
No.
I think that's in progress.
No. Betsy Arrowwood is having a birthday today, a member of the first grade team at Michigan Avenue Elementary. And then also Lance Bird is celebrating a birthday today. And the birthday wish says, wishing my sweet dad a very special 86th birthday today from his family. So happy birthday to him. And then also this one just in, Phyllis Wright is celebrating a birthday today. Her husband just called that in. Calling your birthdays and wedding anniversaries to us. We'll take those on the volunteer Ritipest Mix line 614-6499. You can also text us at that same number. Go to our website, mymix1041.com, or download our free Mix 1041 app. It's the Simmons Bank celebration list. At Simmons Bank, they are with you every step of the way. Call Ken Do, 423-381-3427.
Brian Poole is the owner of Poole Funeral Home and Cremation Services here in Cleveland. Brian, how are you?
I'm good, sir. How are you this morning?
I'm doing good, and this is a special morning, and I'm going to talk about the Poole Funeral Home in just a second, but sure. It's a special morning because next hour we are going to have a debate among the three candidates for District Attorney General in the 10th District, and I know that you're all about patriotism and all about the freedoms that we enjoy in this nation.
Absolutely. That's the best thing we have, still have the ability to vote, for our district attorneys, governors, presidents, all that's coming up this year, later in the year. So, yeah, I've been in politics years ago, and so I know what those guys and girls are going through, and it's a very stressful time for them, I'm sure. So,
Poole Funeral Home and Cremation Services are sponsoring our debate series this year, this election year of 2024. Well, let's talk about what's happening right now at the funeral home.
Still getting out in the community, getting to meet new people every day, and serving the community, and that's the best thing. Everybody's asked about how FIKE is coming along, with renovations, getting very, very close on it, and hoping to get to open it back up for full services here in the next, hopefully, 30 days. Totally looks different in there now than what it used to, so I think people's going to really enjoy that change and get to see that and that heritage come back around again with that FIKE name still.
While you're here, Brian, joined by Brian Poole, owner of Poole Funeral Home and Cremation Services here in Cleveland, also FIKE Chapel and the Serenity portion of the Serenity Funeral Home. Let's talk about the different things about each funeral home. Let's begin, though, with Serenity. I know you're very proud of that.
Yeah, Serenity is kind of what we call a discount funeral cremation center there. People who just want the basic services, just the basic direct cremation, is $895. And then we have a low-cost budget for funerals, $49.95, and that does include a casket and a grave liner. The only thing that don't include would be the opening and closing of the grave and what cemeteries they're going to use, so that's a little something extra. And then, it still is a good economical choice for folks. Have a good chapel there at Serenity, both the location here in Cleveland and up in Etowah as well, that we offer the same thing there. So, just giving people a different option, and you get an urn with that $895 cremation. It comes with a wood urn. There's no additional charge for that. The only other charge you'd have would be for death certificates and the cremation permit, and that's it. Pretty simple.
Let's talk about, let's go to the FIKE Chapel now. Tell us about that.
Yeah, FIKE, like I said, it's almost done with all the renovations. Very excited about that. And we're still honoring all pre-needs that we have there. They was transferred over to us. And we also offer families, if they want to transfer their pre-need from another location to us, we're more than welcome to help with that as well. So just a lot of good things going on. Hopefully going to have another Redback hymnal singing coming up when we have our open house for FIKE. So we're going to kind of put all that together.
You had a very successful one this past Saturday night.
That was good. Saturday night we did that at the old Ralph Buckner location at 3000 Ralph Buckner Boulevard here in Cleveland. We had a good time with that family group that sings.
They'll be doing more of that.
Yeah, that was the first one they did for us, and I had a good time with that, and they was really excited about it. And I told them, I said, yeah, we'll definitely do this again, and maybe get some other local groups to come in. So if they like to, talk with us about coming and doing a singing, we'd be happy to have anybody, any local groups come and sing for us.
And of course, Poole Funeral Home and Cremation there at Ralph Buckner Boulevard. Talk about that tremendous facility.
Yeah, it's probably the biggest, Fike is probably the biggest location, but the newest one we have in Cleveland is at the old Ralph Buckner location. And we're doing some updates there. We all are able now to live stream our funeral services for families, no additional charge for that. We also offer, we have billboard advertising around town. That if the family wants to put their obituary up on the billboard, we're doing that for them at no additional charge, and we're getting a lot of good feedback from that. And so that's been good. Just some different things we're trying to promote and do in the community, just to try to make ourselves, known to everybody and get in with all the community as well.
Brian Poole, Poole Funeral Home and Cremation Services, of course, the 3 locations in Cleveland, also Serenity of Etowah. Let's get the website out there if folks want more information.
Yeah, so the website to Poole Funeral Home of Cleveland is pfhcleveland.com. Fike is pfhfike.com. And the Serenity is pfhserenity.com. So pretty easy to remember. If you want to get on our website or call and come by and just chat with us and meet us and talk to you about pre-arrangement, we're more than welcome to do that as well.
Brian, once again, Poole Funeral Home and Cremation Services sponsoring our debate series this election year. Thank you very much,
sir.
Brian. Good to see you.
Thank you, Steve. Good to see you again this morning. Have a good day.
And you as well. All right. So what we're going to do now, we're going to transition a little bit in our studios as 3 minutes before 8 a.m. We're going to be bringing the candidates in for District Attorney General of the 10th District. So we're going to take a break here. Going to reset the studio a little bit, bring some new furniture in, and that you got something?
New traffic.
All right, we do need a traffic update here with Don Ledford, Cleveland. Bridget?
Okay, this Don Ledford Cleveland Mixed Highway Patrol report is brought to you by Don Ledford in Cleveland. Save a lot during Don Ledford GMC's President's Day Trade-Up event. You can stop by now and save big at Don Ledford GMC on North Lee Highway in Cleveland, or go to donledford.com for more details. We are getting word of a backup on APD 40. It is going to be backed up to the 20th Street exit all the way down to right there in front of Spring Creek. So some major delays there on APD 40 if you're headed into town. So basically the backup is from the Spring Creek area all the way back to the 20th Street exit. So be aware of that. And then also crews are working an accident on the interstate. I-75 is southbound just past exit 20 and before you get to White Oak Mountain. And we are seeing state troopers on both sides of the interstate on the left shoulder and the right shoulder there. So causing delays there if you're headed southbound on the interstate. Backed up past exit 20. We'll be sure to keep you up to date. If you see a traffic problem, give us a call. The volunteer Ridipest mix line is 614-6499. You can also text us at that same number.
So in this case, there was a reason you interrupted me.
Yes.
Because I was ready to go. We have the moving people in. We've got all the furniture coming in. We've got all the change in the studio. And then you say, hey, wait a second.
We got things happening on the streets.
We got things happening. So these people, we've been back up, though. It sounds like APD 40.
Yes, APD 40 and the interstate as well.
And what a morning. Yeah. It is a minute before 8. Our debate series kicks off in a moment.
This traffic report is brought to you by L&B Appliance.
When most people think of plumbing and electrical supply houses, there's an idea that they're just for plumbers or electricians or builders to shop at. Wholesale Supply is proud to be open to the public and proud to serve our communities. By supplying the best quality products for the best prices with the best service guaranteed, Wholesale Supply is your one-stop shop for everything plumbing, electrical, and HVAC. To find a location near you, visit wholesalesupply.us for more. Helping build communities in the Southeast for over 80 years is just what we do.
Attention shoppers, don't forget to ask our certified butchers for great recipe tips.
This is an authentic butcher shop.
where meat is hand-cut in-store, beef is ground fresh daily, and expert advice from a certified butcher is always free of charge.
Free advice? That's what I call value. The quality I crave, the value I count on.
Nobody does food like Food City.
Our legal system is complex, and your case may impact several areas of the law. Don't just hire a lawyer who focuses on one thing. Hire a team of experienced attorneys ready to handle your case wherever it may lead. Call Logan Thompson, one of the area's most respected law firms. From personal injury to criminal and family law, from contract disputes to disability, the team at Logan Thompson will work together to ensure you are well represented and well compensated. Logan Thompson, we fight to win.
My dad says our new Linux system saves energy.
Well, saving energy means saving money.
A lot of money?
Yep.
Time for a raise in my allowance.
Savings year after year.
A big raise.
Call today for perfect air you can feel in your home and savings you can feel in your wallet.
Lennox. Air is life. Make it perfect.
Call Dale's Heating and Air today.
Everyone there at the Porsche dealership are so personable and very knowledgeable that we just keep coming back. What I was looking for was a sport utility that was sporty and attractive and had the ability to perform to my expectations. The service department goes above and beyond with their routine service maintenance, and they get me out of there quickly. Chattanooga Auto Square. Luxury lives here.
Why now come to Best Buy Metals?
For 20 years, Best Buy Metals has provided permanent steel roofing. Additionally, we've expanded to manufacture metal siding, including steel, board and batten, and traditional lap siding. We also offer custom pole barns, from a simple roof-only structure to a fully enclosed building. Stop by one of our 7 showrooms today or visit us online 24/7 at bestbuymetalroof.com.
Shopping for a great deal on a car or truck? Know this. Cleveland Ford is loaded with vehicles, over 230 in stock, all discounted. I'm talking saving up to $7,500 on new F-Series trucks and Mustang Mach-E. We have financing as low as 0% on Edge and 1.9% for 72 months on new F-150s. And as always, you get a lifetime powertrain warranty and complimentary service when you buy from us. So hurry to Cleveland Ford today, because this sale ends soon, or shop us at clevelandford.com.
Mayfield Dairy, celebrating 100 years of the iconic Mayfield ice cream at MayfieldDairy.com, proudly headquartered in Athens, Tennessee.
Bender Realty is proud to have 3 agents who've been in real estate for over 40 years. The experts at Bender Realty don't just live here, they volunteer and contribute to the community in our area.
Our involvement in the community of who being able to reach out to, whether it's city planner, county planner, economic development committee, to help you bring new businesses into the Cleveland area. We're all involved and are able to keep up with what's going on and what's coming into Cleveland.
If you're looking to buy, sell, lease, or rent, trust your friends at Bender Realty. 472-2173. Bender-Realty.com. Be home with Bender Realty.
Now at Hardee's, 2 hand-breaded chicken tender wraps are only $5. Choose your favorite flavors for endless combinations. 2 wraps, just $5. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
Hi, I'm Brian Poole, sole owner of Poole Serenity Funeral Home and Cremation Services of Cleveland. It's going to be more of our discount funeral home and cremation center. We'll offer $895 cremation that will come with a wood urn. Only other charges the family have be for death certificates and permits. That's it. No other hidden charges, no other hidden fees. We have a traditional burial package, $4,595. That does include a casket and the services. You can reach us at www.pfhserenity.com.
Mixed Mornings on Mixed TV is Southeast Tennessee's best way to stay informed about local news, sports, weather, and community events, as well as traffic conditions. Plus, you'll never miss a minute of the latest whimsical banter and rants by the one and only Steve Hartline. Who wrote this promo? Never miss a minute. Mixed Mornings on MixedTV.tv. Weekdays 7 to 9. MixedTV.tv. I'm going to find out who wrote this. On Mix 104.1, we're on Talk 101.3 The Buzz. We're also on mixtv.tv. Good morning, everyone. And we are taking this hour to bring you a debate among our candidates for District Attorney General. And I want to introduce them at this time, and I'll tell them off the air. I'll tell them now that we really appreciate them coming. Now, let me get the elephant out of the room here. These podiums, I appreciate Poole Funeral Home and Cremation Services for bringing the podiums. Now, Bridget, you said some look like Revival, others look like a funeral home. So, but I appreciate it very. You got your hanky, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, very nice. All right, so here we go. We have our District Attorney General, Sherry Taylor.
Good morning.
Good morning. We have right here, we have Jeff Miller. Jeff?
Good morning. Good morning, Steve.
And then we have Stephen Hatchett.
Good morning, Steve.
Good morning, and thank you all for being here very much.
Thank you.
So it's very important. So what we want to do this hour, and what we'll be doing this year, is bringing candidates together to get their ideas and their and your questions out in the public. So that is what we're going to do. So here's the format. As I've just told them, we're going to have a 2-minute opening, and then we'll have, when I ask a question, there'll be a 2-minute time for response, and then a 2-minute close. All right, so we're going to begin with the opening. We're going to begin with Sherry Taylor, District Attorney General. And again, 2 minutes for an open here. Sherry.
Oh, thank you, Steve. I appreciate you having us this morning. I'm Sherry Taylor. I'm your district attorney. I was appointed in July of last year by Governor Lee. I was chosen because I'm the most qualified person for this job. For 25 years, I have prosecuted. I've been practicing law for 31 years, but 25 of those have been prosecution. I started in 1994, and then in 2006, I went into private practice for a couple years. Then I went back to prosecuting, and then in Blount County, and then came back here in 2016 and have been prosecuting ever since. I was also the deputy district attorney when I came back in 2016. It is very important that the district attorney have experience doing this job. It is important because, and it's important to me because over my 25 years I've been holding criminals accountable. I have worked closely with law enforcement, training them, assisting them as they are investigating cases and building cases. Also, it's very important because there are victims that need experience in this job to walk along beside them when something happens to them and they are victimized. I have tried over 126 jury trials. 27 of those have been homicides. I have 27 homicide convictions. 15 of those are first-degree murder convictions, and that includes death penalty convictions. I'm the only person here that has ever tried a death penalty case. I'm the only person in this office that has ever done that as well. And so I'm asking you, and I will ask you again at the end of this, for your vote to keep me as your district attorney. Thank you.
Thank you, Sherry. And now I want to go to Jeff Miller. And Jeff, 2 minutes for an opening statement.
Good morning, and thank you very much for having this forum for us today. My name is Jeff Miller, and I want to be your next district attorney. I have 35 years experience as a trial lawyer, and I have been in court since day one. The first day that I was eligible to be an attorney, I had a trial that very day, and I've been in the courtroom presenting evidence ever since. And I've represented all kinds of clients all across the board. I'm uniquely qualified to be the district attorney because of my leadership experience. I was serving you in the state senate for 12 years, and during that period of time, I passed very tough laws. I listened to the prosecutors, and I passed tough laws against violent crime, tough laws against burglary, tough laws against home invasions, tough laws against the elderly. We did the first Truth in Sentencing Act when I was in the legislature that guaranteed that the person convicted would do 100% of their sentence. Now the courts intervened after that, but we did our very best to do it at the time. But when I was in the state senate, I rose to leadership. I was elected by my fellow senators to be the caucus chairman. And in that role, I had to get people together, build consensus, and execute a plan. And that's what the DA really does in this district. The predecessor that Ms. Taylor was hired by, Jerry Estes, he didn't have any prosecutorial experience when he first was elected DA. And when he was elected DA for 16 years, he only tried one case during the whole 16 years. So that just goes to show that this is a leadership position. It's a managerial position, and I am uniquely qualified to do that and to take the 10th Judicial District where it needs to go.
Jeff, out of fairness, we had an issue with the microphones, and I fully blame Bridget. So let's just go ahead and do that. No, I want to go back. I want to give you another 30 seconds. If you can go back to the beginning of your statement, out of fairness, I want to go back to, so if you can begin, maybe give us the first half minute or so.
Well, I didn't have it presented that way, but I'll try to remember what I said at the first. No, I'm uniquely qualified to be the district attorney because of my experience, 35 years in presenting evidence in the courtroom. That's what the DA does. That's what any prosecutor does. They present evidence against defendants in the courtroom. And I've been doing that for 35 years, very successfully, I might add. And so I'm qualified in that regard. I'm also qualified, uniquely qualified over my opponents because I have leadership experience. And I believe that that will take the 10th Judicial District where it needs to go.
Thank you, Jeff. Stephen Hatchett, 2 minutes for your opening statement.
Good morning, Steve. I appreciate you all putting this on. I'm gonna be as brief as I can when I answer these questions because actually the District Attorney General sets crime control policy. That's what the District Attorney General does. It's not a managerial position. The thing that separates me from both of my opponents is two things. Number one, I went to college, I got a degree in crime. That's what I know. I know crime. I've been an attorney almost 20 years. I was a prosecutor for almost 8. I know crime. And that is the role of the district attorney. The district attorney is to fight crime. I have been endorsed by 2 former sheriffs of Bradley County. I've been endorsed by numerous current law enforcement officers. I've been endorsed by numerous former law enforcement officers. I've been endorsed by the Tennessee Conservative. The district attorney general has to lead, and that is what we have to do moving into the future. We're in dire straits in this country. We have a lot of problems. We have a lot of issues, and the district attorney has to make bold decisions. They have to make decisive decisions, and all of those decisions have to be designed to keep the community safe and make the community safer than it is right now. So the reason I'm running is very simple. I have the knowledge, I have the experience, and that is what is going to keep this community safe. So I appreciate you putting this on. Hopefully we have questions. Hopefully we have ideas and plans that all of us put out there to talk about because it is important, and I certainly would appreciate everyone's vote. Thank you.
All right, the 2-minute opening statements from our candidates, and now we have actually, when we started promoting this forum today, we began to get people contacting us with questions and that sort of thing. So some of this is a mixture of what we came up with and some from the public. And one from the public, and I tell you, we're going to begin with Jeff Miller on this one. So talk about, this of course for all 3 of you, but talk about your years of experience in criminal prosecution, your success rate, which this person said is their biggest issue in the campaign, and then maybe a second part of the question is your proudest achievement in prosecution. Jeff?
Well, thank you, and thank you for the question, but respectfully, I don't think that's the right question to ask. I think the question to ask is what the person brings to the table that is needed in the 10th Judicial District. What's needed in the 10th Judicial District is leadership, and that's exactly what the DA does. And whenever my opponent says it's not a managerial position, that's just not true because there's a myriad of employees, there's a myriad of assistant DAs, and then also you also get with the sheriffs, the chiefs of police, and you try to build consensus and move in a common direction. So I have been an attorney for 35 years. I've been presenting evidence in court for 35 years, from day one until just this week. So I know how to present evidence. That's what the DA does. That's what a prosecution does. And I know how to do it very well. And I can do that and be a leader that the 10th Judicial District needs. Thank you.
All right, so now we're going to go to Sherry Taylor. Same question, Sherry, and I'll just repeat it. Talk about your years of experience as far as criminal prosecution, your success rate. This person believes it's the biggest issue in the campaign, and then also your proudest achievement as a prosecutor.
Well, my experience is 25 years of prosecution. I started in 1994, as I said, and I think I was started in November of 94. In December of 94, my first felony trial was in Polk County, and it was a homicide. And the jury came back and convicted. My success rate, it fluctuates because that's what happens when you handle cases. It ranges around between 88% to 97% of conviction rate. It is important that the district attorney have experience, contrary to what my opponent just said. You have to know how to do this job, because even though you are managing people at times, those people come to you and ask you questions about, hey, I've got this problem in this case. Let's talk about it. How do I handle it? And quite frankly, I have prosecuted just about any kind of case that you can imagine. And so I have that experience to help those that are working for me. I mean, I do it all the time. I did it yesterday when I was in the office, talking to them about the cases that they have, the evidence that they have. There's a big difference between prosecuting a criminal case and handling a civil matter. The burdens of proof are different. The laws are different. You have to know criminal law, because we're talking about criminal offenses. So experience in criminal prosecution is extremely important. And quite frankly, my predecessor that hired me, Jerry Estes, he tried more than one case when he was in the district attorney's office. He tried plenty of cases before he came to the office as a criminal defense attorney. And while he was district attorney, he tried a lot of different cases in that, not just one. So it is very important to have experience in this office. And I don't know if my 2-minute timer's up or not, Bridget, because it started flashing. So
I think so. Well, and here's...
But I'm finished. I'm going to go ahead and let Mr. Hatchett
We're blaming Bridget for everything.
Yes.
So that's just our bottom line here. All right, same question. I'll repeat it, Stephen, and that is, talk about your years of experience in criminal prosecution, success rate. This person said it was the biggest issue for them in the campaign. And then your proudest achievement as a prosecutor.
Well, I will not blame Bridget for anything. It might get me some more time. So I was a prosecutor for right at 8 years down here in Bradley County, and experience does matter. Like I said previously, the District Attorney General has to set crime control policy. The only way you're going to know if you're effective as a district attorney is if you have that experience, because if you don't have it, you don't understand what you're doing. You don't understand. You can put out sound bites and you can say things that are good catchphrases, but if you don't have that experience behind you, if you don't have that wisdom behind you, you're not going to be effective. So the years of criminal prosecution, I think it does matter. The almost 8 years that I have, it matters. I was the primary prosecutor down here for violent crimes. I was the primary prosecutor for crimes against children. Let me tell you something. If you've never been a prosecutor and prosecuted a crime involving a child victim, you're going to have a hard time being district attorney. You're going to have a hard time leading that office. You're going to have a hard time talking to your assistant DAs about what it takes to prosecute those crimes. Terrible crimes, horrible crimes. And you better have experience if you're going to lead a team of assistant DAs prosecuting cases where children have been victims. My proudest moment, I tried a double homicide down here in Bradley County. It was a terrible case. I went up against a veteran defense attorney, Randy Rogers. He's passed on now. Randy was a great lawyer. It was about a week-long trial. The whole back room of the courtroom was filled with cameras. We got a conviction on that. I agree with Ms. Taylor. Your conviction rate varies. Mine, as a prosecutor, probably 92, 93%.
Okay. All right, I tell you, we're going to do one more question, and then we're going to take a short break. And I do want to thank our Our sponsor is just overall of Mix 104.1 and MixTV.tv. We're on Talk 101.3 The Buzz. They're allowing us to have shortened commercial breaks this hour because it's just so important to bring these candidates' ideas to you and their answers, so thank you very much. All right, so one question. We're going to take a short break. One more question, I should say, and that is, what do you plan to accomplish, if elected, in your first 30 days to 90 days? This was another contributed question. So between, let's say, your first 30 days up to about 90 days, that first 3 months, per se, of if you're elected. And Stephen Hatchett, we're going to begin with you.
The very first thing that I'm going to do is implement the plan that I have articulated. I've discussed it for about 6 months now. Actually, the first time publicly that I spoke about it was on this show, Steve, and that's to tackle the drug problem. I have laid out a plan to protect the borders of the 10th Judicial District. I said 6 months ago there's nothing we can do about the southern border. It's a train wreck. But we can protect the borders of the 10th Judicial District. So in the first 30 to 90 days, that plan is going to go into effect. If you bring drugs across any of the county lines of the 10th Judicial District, we will seek the maximum amount of prison time that we can get. And that will be a bright line rule, and everyone will know it. That plan will, I believe it will make our community safer. I believe it'll make the rate of drug trafficking in our community go down. I said this yesterday. Bradley County per capita has a higher rate of drug activity currently than Hamilton County. Drug-related crimes in Bradley County since 2014 have increased almost 70%. So first 30 to 90 days, that's going to be the plan. We're also going to tackle the backlog, but now the backlog is going to take longer than 30 to 90 days. But the plan that I have articulated, that I've laid out, that will be the very first thing in the first 30 to 90 days. That's what we're going to work on. Thank you.
All right. Jeff Miller, same question. If elected, first 30 days to 90 days, what the person said.
We're going to start implementing my plan to get tough on violent crime by identifying the cases, evaluating the cases, and taking those cases to court swiftly and fairly. We're going to try to go after the drug dealers, the fentanyl dealers. We're going to try to identify them, and we're going to bring them to justice quickly and fairly with maximum sentences. We're going to have to evaluate those cases. We're going to also do better with victim notification. We're going to start a program where the assistant DAs and myself and the whole staff will notify the victims of crimes before the court and before any plea bargaining is done. We're also going to implement a program where we get with the arresting officers and have them have input. That's something that I've learned on the campaign trail that has not been done very well recently. The victims are not notified. They are finding out after the fact that someone has pled guilty or pled guilty to a lesser charge, or there was a court that day. Officers are feeling left out because they don't have any input whatsoever on what goes on with the plea bargaining or with the courts or the dismissals of cases. So we're going to implement that, and we're going to do it fast, and we're going to let the 10th Judicial District know that if you commit a crime within the boundaries of our counties, that your punishment is going to be swift and severe.
Okay, thank you all for your responses. We're going to take a quick break right here. Again, I appreciate you listening or watching here, and remember, if you're just joining us,
yeah, I don't get to answer that
you
question.
know what, Sherry, blame Bridget. That's just the bottom line there.
I'm going to have to shift the blame to you at this point.
Everybody else does. I apologize, Sherry.
That's okay.
I apologize. Okay. Sherry Taylor, your 2-minute response.
Well, I don't have to tell you what I'm going to do in the first 30 to 90 days because I've already been doing that. When I was appointed by Governor Lee, I started to build upon the things that I had already helped build upon when my predecessor was in office. One of the things that I was able to do was expand our DUI unit. In the past, over the past 20 or so years, there's only been one person that has been prosecuting DUIs in the district, and that was just very unmanageable. There's just, it wasn't something that somebody could do and be effective at it. So I've been able to expand that. So now we have 2 assistant DAs that prosecute DUI and DUI-related crimes in the district. So one in McMinn and Monroe, one in Bradley and Polk, and that is becoming very effective. We are seeing good results with that expansion. Also, the Drug Task Force that falls under the District Attorney's Office, we've expanded that. Athens Police Department has rejoined the Drug Task Force. McMinn County Sheriff's Office has added another officer to the Drug Task Force. And that's important because as the Drug Task Force can focus on more in-depth drug investigations, they can go and target and build cases against those individuals that are the dealers and suppliers that are in our district. And that's exactly what the Drug Task Force has done. We just finished the Drug Task Force just finished with TBI a very intense investigation. We have been very successful in the prosecution. Most of those, there's only one that's left to be sentenced. He's the ringleader, but everybody else that was indicted and prosecuted are serving between 30 and 40 years in prison. This last individual in his sentencing, we expect him to receive around 60 years. So we are tough on crime. We have been tough on crime. I have always been tough on crime. You can ask all the guys in prison that I put there. And so we'll continue to build on that. And, you know, I disagree with what my opponent says about victims being notified, because we do that, but it can always be improved. And you're telling me my time's up because you're looking at me like
I know.
it's up.
We're gonna have to move on.
That's
and
okay.
We are going to take a break. I apologize. We are going to take a break. Did I get everybody?
Yes.
You want to say anything? You okay? All right. So we are going to take a break right here. Thank you very much to Poole Funeral Home and Cremation Services. They are sponsoring our debate. We're going to be doing these each election cycle this year, and I really appreciate you joining us. So stand by if you're just joining us. You've missed any of it, you can watch it on mixtv.tv. That'll be available on demand. We'll be right back in just a moment. Stand by.
Come see the great savings this February at Mountain View Nissan of Cleveland. Mountain View Nissan's offering 0%.
Hi, I'm Brian Poole, sole owner of Poole Serenity Funeral Home and Cremation Services of Cleveland. It's going to be more of our discount funeral home and cremation center. We'll offer $895 cremation that will come with a wood urn. Only other charges the family have be for death certificates and permits. That's it. No other hidden charges, no other hidden fees. We have a traditional burial package, $4,595. That does include a casket and the services. You can reach us at www.pfhserenity.com.
Peyton Southeastern in Cleveland is hiring case selectors. Starting pay at $19 an hour. Earning potential up to $23 an hour plus incentive pay. Additional $2 an hour night shift premium. And you're eligible to earn a $3,000 stay bonus. Flexible schedules and great benefits at Peyton Southeastern in Cleveland. They have open interviews Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 9 to 11 a.m. and from 1 to 3 p.m. Apply online at jobs.kroger.com to work at Peyton Southeastern in Cleveland.
Elevate your siding projects with Cleveland Exteriors. Ascend fiberglass siding built with lasting beauty and low maintenance. Cleveland Exteriors, your trusted partner for exceptional siding. Visit clevelandexteriors.com or call today.
Choosing the right healthcare plan for you and your family can be overwhelming. Direct Primary Care Associates' new pharmacy benefits is the best choice for you and your family. With personalized attention, convenient telemedicine options, and free generic medications, Direct Primary Care Associates Pharmacy Benefits offers everything you need to keep you and your family healthy and happy. Say goodbye to long wait times, rushed appointments, and unexpected medical bills. Visit our website to learn more about how Direct Primary Care Associates can provide the best healthcare experience for you and your family. Direct Primary Care Associates, affordable healthcare for all.
3 The Buzz. And again, if you are just joining us, thank you for joining us. It's our debate series that we do. We started this a couple of years ago in the mornings, where we bring candidates in, and we want, of course, we've got a lot of questions from the public, and to get their answers out there as you can really make an informed vote. And of course, you can vote early through the 27th of this month, Election Day, March 5th. All right, let's get back to it. And we have another question here and that is, here's the question. What steps will you take, if elected, to strengthen the relationship with law enforcement and the District Attorney's Office in the 10th District. Going to begin with Sherry Taylor on this one. Again, let me repeat, what steps will you take or would you take to strengthen the relationship with law enforcement in the 10th Judicial District? 2 minutes.
Well, I can tell you that right now our relationship, the District Attorney's Office relationship with law enforcement, is the best that it has ever been. From my experience when I started in '94 until now, I have been obviously in the District Attorney's Office when that relationship was not good, and it was very hard to get things done. But we're finding that over the past, 10 years, it has improved incredibly. I talk very frequently with the 4 sheriffs, with the chiefs, even with the line officers. You know, one of the things that that we have done in the office that we did before I was appointed was that we have an on-call phone that all law enforcement have the number to, so they can contact us, you know, even if it's in the middle of the night, if they've got a question about anything. They use that on-call phone. And I thought, and sometimes if they don't use the on-call phone, they just call the assistants directly. I got a lot of calls when I was an assistant. As DA, I still get those calls, and I welcome them, and I tell law enforcement when they say, "Oh, I'm sorry that I bothered you." I'm like, "No, I'm glad that you're bothering me. I want to help you. What is your question?" That's why experience is important, because when you get those calls in the middle of the night from law enforcement, they want to be able to trust the answer that they're getting from you. And they trust me, and I have always worked well with them. I also teach at the Cleveland State Law Enforcement Academy. I've done that for years. I did take a break, but I've been back for the past couple of years teaching there. So I'm pouring into them and helping them, because I want law enforcement to do the best job they can do, because when they do that, then that makes my job easier when we are at the prosecution stage and we're in court and we are putting that evidence in front of a jury and letting that jury decide guilt.
All right, thank you. And same question now for Stephen Hatchett. The question is, what steps would you take, if elected, to strengthen the relationship with law enforcement in the 10th District?
You know, it sounds kind of silly, but I'll tell you one thing that I've been told by law enforcement officers here in Bradley County is that when they go up to the District Attorney's Office, they have to be let in, they have to be escorted, they have to be taken to whoever they're going to see. And I don't know if that's true. I don't have any reason to doubt what these officers are telling me. If that's true, that's not going to be the case with me. When you say you have an open door, you need to have an open door. If law enforcement comes up to the DA's office and says, "I need to go see whichever assistant DA or come to see me," they're going to be able to get in there to see me. The relationship between law enforcement and the District Attorney's Office is vital, because you're not going to identify and get the people off the streets that you need to get off the streets if you don't have that line of communication with law enforcement. I've already mentioned that I've been endorsed by 2 former sheriffs of Bradley County. I've been endorsed by multiple current law enforcement officers, former law enforcement officers. If you drive around the 10th Judicial District, if there's a patrol car sitting in a driveway and there's a campaign sign in the yard, 9 times out of 10 it's a Stephen Hatchett sign. So the relationship, strengthening the relationship with law enforcement is vitally important. Here's the other thing. I mentioned that I have a degree in criminology. You have to be able to talk to law enforcement. You have to be able to talk to them as a professional. When I talk about crime, those law enforcement officers know that I'm speaking the same language that they are. They know that they're talking to somebody that understands the issues that they see out there on the streets. And that's important. To be able to have lines of communication, you got to have respect. You got to have mutual respect back and forth with each other. And I think that every law enforcement officer in this district knows that when they pick up the phone and they call Stephen Hatchett, they're going to get him, they're going to get to talk to him, and it's going to be a mutual respect situation. So that's how I would do it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right, Jeff Miller, again, the question, what steps, if you were elected, would you take to strengthen the relationship with law enforcement in the 10th District?
Well, I've already said in a previous answer that I was going to make sure that the officers were heard before a plea bargain takes place or before a case is dismissed, especially one that they were involved in. We're going to have a checklist inside the file, and unless they have been informed and talked to, we're not going to move forward with that. we're going to make sure that they're heard. And we're going to meet ahead of time. We're going to talk to them. We're going to listen to them. Just the leadership style that I have gained over the years, where we get together, we talk, and we take input from everybody, all aspects of law enforcement, and we build a consensus. And then we start coming up with a plan, and then we try to execute that plan. So that's going to be, they're going to know that they're going to be listened to, they're going to know that they're going to be informed, and that they're going to matter in the job of the prosecuting criminals in the 10th Judicial District.
Okay, thank you, sir. All right, next question, and Jeff, we're going to stay with you on this one. So this question also contributed to us or asked by the public. Given Bradley County is more than twice the size of the next largest county in our judicial district, what are the unique challenges that Bradley County faces compared to the rest of the district? And what approaches would you implement to address those challenges? Jeff Miller, you have 2 minutes.
Well, Bradley County is growing. A lot of people are finding the secret of Bradley County and the 10th Judicial District as a whole. All 4 counties are growing exponentially. And with that growth comes growing pains. And with that growth comes the opportunity for crime and for increased levels of crime. So we just have to stay on top of it. We have to see what's coming. We have to stay on the latest edge of the prosecutorial types of when we are talking in the consensus groups that I'm talking about. We've got to stay ahead or try to get ahead of the fentanyl dealers. We've got to stay ahead and get ahead of the violent criminals. And so that's what we're going to do.
Okay, thank you. Let's go. I'm going to go now to Sherry Taylor, and I'll repeat the question. Given Bradley County is twice the size, next largest county in the judicial district, what are the unique challenges Bradley County faces compared to the rest of the district? What approaches would you implement to address those challenges?
Well, you know, even though Bradley County is twice the size of the other counties, and probably about 4 times the size of Polk County, each of the counties have the same issues. It's just you're going to see it more. It's going to be more. You're going to see it bigger here because there's more. I'm not using the right word that I want to use there, but it's highlighted more. We're going to see it more, but just because of the volume. The things that we have to do there is focus with we have more staff, more assistant DAs that are assigned to handle Bradley and Polk counties than we do up in McMinn and Monroe. Not by much, there's just one extra there. We'd love it if we could expand that, but the staff does a great job in handling those cases. We've also have more victim witness coordinators that are assigned in Bradley County. We have 3 down here, whereas we have 1 for Monroe and 1 for McMinn County. And that's because we see more victims because we have more volume of cases down here. And so that's what we are doing to address those special needs that you see just because of the size of the county. But that we have the same problems here with fentanyl, and we have that in McMinn and Monroe and Polk County. The same violent crimes in all 3 counties. We have the same crimes, we just have maybe a little bit more numbers here than we do up there, and so we address that with our staff so we can make sure that we're serving our public, we are meting out justice without sacrificing cases, and that's what we do.
Okay, thank you. And same question, I'll repeat it for Stephen Hatchett. Given Bradley County is more than twice the size, the next largest county in the judicial district, what are the unique challenges that Bradley County faces compared to the rest of the district, and what approaches would you implement to address those challenges?
Bradley County, it's not just that they're twice the size. Bradley County has several unique challenges. First of all, Bradley County is close to a major metropolitan area, which is Chattanooga. Bradley County has 2 major thoroughfares, technically 3. I think 411 cuts through a tiny little part of Bradley County, but Bradley County has I-75 and Highway 11. These are major thoroughfares, and they are major thoroughfares for drug trafficking. The population of Bradley County anytime, so here's the thing about crime. Crime is like water. It flows to the lowest point along the path of least resistance. And when you have a larger population, that crime flows through it faster. Bradley County's population is increasing. And Bradley County, when you have a population increase, you have displacement of crime. You may have had some crime patterns in the past, but those are going to change because your population's changing. When you start remodeling neighborhoods, when you start putting housing in places you didn't have it, you're going to displace crime. That's just a fact. That's a criminological fact. So the unique challenges that Bradley County has certainly do exist, but when you have challenges, you have opportunities. You have opportunities to make things better. So what do we do to implement it? Or what things do we implement? Number one, again, we go back to individualized justice. We start identifying the people on the streets that need to be off the streets. I've said this before, I'll say it again. It's a generalization. 90% of your crimes committed by 10% of your population. Doesn't matter if your population is 10,000 or 100,000. You got to find that 10%. You got to get them off the streets. So the increase in size in Bradley, absolutely. If you have bad policy, you're going to see it quicker. You have good policy, guess what? You're going to see it quicker. Thank you.
All right, and we'll have let's do one more question, and then we're going to take our next break here. And I'm going to begin with Stephen Hatchett right here. And at any rate, so here we go. How and I hear this, and I know we all are hearing this common theme come up quite a bit about drugs. Okay, we've heard that quite a bit. So how will you address, if elected, and Stephen Hatchett, I want to begin with you, how will you address local drug offenses and addiction? Are diversion programs appropriate? Or what alternatives are you willing to explore for nonviolent drug offenses? And we'll begin, as I said, with Stephen Hatchett, who has 2 minutes.
All right, so here's what you have to do. Number one, you have to differentiate between drug addicts and drug traffickers. And I've been consistent in that for a very long time. The research shows that intensive supervision, intensive probation works. The research shows that you can have rehabilitation programs and you can, in fact, break cycles of addiction. So as district attorney, I say this and I always put these two caveats in there. I'm all for rehabilitating drug addicts, but here's the two caveats. Number one, you can't be stealing from people, you can't be hurting from people. Once you infringe on somebody else's liberty, I don't care if you're a drug addict or not, I don't want to hear about rehabilitation, I don't want to hear it. You've injured somebody else. So there's the first caveat. Here's the second one. There comes a point where rehabilitation efforts simply will not work. If a person does not want to change, they're not going to change. So again, let's go back to individualized justice. As the district attorney, what I'm going to tell my assistant DAs is you need to be looking at these people, and when you're trying to decide what to do with them, are they ready to change? Does it appear they're ready to change? Because if they're not, then there's nothing that we can do. There's nothing we can do in the system. We have a drug court, we have mental health courts, we have, I had a great conversation with Russ Coffey with Anchor Point just last evening. We have resources, and if we can break cycles of addiction, I'm all for it. Let's do it. But we got to keep the community safe while we do it. Thank you.
All right, let's now I'm going to go to Jeff Miller. Same question, I'll repeat it. How will you address local drug offenses and addiction? Are diversion programs appropriate, or what alternatives are you willing to explore for nonviolent drug offenses? 2 minutes, Jeff.
Thank you. And I said in my opening that what my administration is going to do is get tough on violent crime, and we're going to treat home invasions as if it's violent crime. Now, when I say treat it like violent crime, that means we're going to seek swift and severe punishment without mercy or plea bargaining. We're going to go after the maximum sentence for home invasions, because even if the person wasn't there, they feel violated when they come home and see that their possessions were rifled through. Well, that's the major reason for home invasions is drug offenses, trying to get money to buy drugs. And so again, that's a priority of mine. So if you've committed a home invasion to try to support your drug habit, there's not going to be any mercy for you in my administration. Now, as a Christian, I have been given what I consider the gift of discernment. And I can tell a lot about somebody in a very quick period of time. Now, I believe in the drug courts that we have currently. I believe they're doing great work. I want to continue that and even try to expand that. I love the Veterans Court. I was a part of the implementation of that, and I think we need to continue and grow that. And those courts are very good for those type of drug offenses that you're mentioning in the question. So we need to expand those, but we need to use discernment on who, again, is capable of being rehabilitated and who cannot. And again, if you've violated someone's home or you've hurt somebody or victimized someone, then you don't get the kind of mercy that you might if you committed another type of crime, a drug-related crime that didn't have a victim involved.
All right, thank you, sir. And now, Sherry Taylor, same question. I'll repeat it. How would you address local drug offenses and addiction? Are diversion programs appropriate, or what alternatives are you willing to explore for nonviolent drug offenses?
In 2003, I was the founding team member for the 10th Judicial Recovery Court. And recovery courts work. Those are for people that have high risk of reoffending and high risk of addiction. And that's also keeps people accountable. So if someone commits a crime and they have a high risk of addiction and high risk of reoffending, then they can come into and there are some, let me caveat that that violent offenders can't come into recovery court. But they can come into recovery court, and it is something that addresses not only addiction, but it's also addressing housing and job skills, and it's a whole package. And it has been very successful. And that has been, we started it, forming it in 2003. It came into effect in 2004, and we're one of the top recovery courts in the state. A few years ago, we started the Veterans Treatment Court, and I got to take issue with my opponent. He had nothing to do with that. I was a founding team member of that, and it has been extremely successful. It is just like a recovery court, but it is for those that have military service, those offenders that have had military service, and it is unique in that it has a mentor, a veteran mentor that walks along beside them, which are generally retired veterans that walk along beside these offenders because they had that unique experience of military service. And that's an experience, unless you've had military service, that you don't understand. And we also work very closely with the VA to help those offenders get the treatments that they need. Work on job skills, just like in a recovery court. It has been extremely successful. And I will continue to work with that and work with the judges, both Judge Donaghy and Judge Freiberg on that. Also, we work with local. Am I out of time?
That's your time.
Okay, I didn't see this. I'm sorry.
Thank you very much.
I could talk about that forever. It's very important.
Okay, thank you so much. We're going to take a break right here, and I got everybody that time. I've got just making sure now. Okay. All right, so we're going to take a break here. Again, I really appreciate the candidates joining us this morning. So important. You're listening to Mix 104.1, Talk 101.3 The Buzz. You're watching us on mixtv.tv. If you're just joining us, we've got one final segment to go here. I do want to mention, if you're just joining us, you can go back and watch the full debate at mixtv.tv. All right, and do appreciate Poole Funeral Home and Cremation Services. They are sponsoring our debate series this election year, and I appreciate our sponsors who have agreed to let us have limited interruptions of this hour. So we'll do one of those limited interruptions right now, and we'll come back. We've got a final segment of our District Attorney General of the 10th District debate coming up in just a moment. Stand by.
Thank you for calling Logan Thompson. This is Ashley.
I'm Brian Poole, sole owner of Poole Serenity Funeral Home and Cremation Services of Cleveland. It's going to be more of our discount funeral home and cremation center. We'll offer $895 cremation that will come with a wood urn. Only other charges the family have be for death certificates and permits. That's it. No other hidden charges, no other hidden fees. And we have a traditional burial package, $4,595. That does include the casket and the services. You can reach us at www.pfhserenity.com.
Paula, tell us about how you came to shop at Chattanooga Auto Square.
Well, I was introduced to it from my husband. He purchased his first Range Rover years ago. Then occasionally I'd start asking him if I could start driving it. I would confidently recommend them. I mean, they make you feel like family from the moment you arrive. Being in real estate for like 34 years, you really come to value and appreciate the level of service that Range Rover gives you. Chattanooga Auto Square, luxury lives here.
You're watching Mix Mornings on Mix TV. Here is your current Kia of Cleveland time. And your current temperature is brought to you by Simply Bank.
Visit our website for more details. Bradley County Schools, where we're growing students and building futures.
All right, thank you very much. 9 minutes before 9 a.m. You're listening to Mix 104.1. We're on mixtv.tv. We're also on Talk 101.3 The Buzz. We only have a few more minutes left. Again, I really appreciate our candidates for District Attorney General in the 10th Judicial District for joining us. You can vote early. Again, go to the, especially here in Bradley County, go to the website. We've had some couple of changes on early voting locations. You need to be aware of that. BradleyElections.com. But again, that's through February 27th. Election Day is March the 5th. All right, I tell you what, I got a couple of more questions, and we'll have our closing statements here. And I'm gonna, we've had a couple of questions that sort of have to do with each other. And Sherry Taylor, I'm going to begin with you on this. We had one question come in that said, what role does the DA have in criminal justice reform? But I think we could put along with that, or maybe some trends that you see in criminal activity in this judicial district. So it's a couple of parts of that question, really. One is, what role does the DA have in criminal justice reform? And then, what are some of the trends you're seeing in criminal activity as it pertains to the district? Sherry Taylor, we're going to begin with you.
Let me start with activity, because quite frankly, that's a little bit easier. You know, the criminal activity that we see, obviously, is what we've all been talking about, is the drug activity. When I started, you know, the drugs that we saw were like cocaine, and then it went into methamphetamine, and then we see opioids. But this fentanyl is something that we've never seen before. It is extremely dangerous, not just to the person that is using it, but then others that are around it. And you know, we've seen overdose deaths have been high. It was high because of opioid use, but then what the trend that we see is that that's coming down, but the overdose rate is still up, and that's because fentanyl has replaced the opiates. And so we've got to do what we can. And I mean, the Drug Task Force has been phenomenal with that. Just last year, they seized over 30,000 dosage units of fentanyl. That means 30,000 people in the 10th Judicial District didn't overdose because the Drug Task Force seized that off the street. That's not including what the other agencies in the 10th Judicial District have seized off the streets. So that's the criminal activity, I think the most important criminal activity that we see going on. Now, the criminal justice reforms, there are several things that can happen there, but most of that happens in the legislature. And we have the District Attorney General's Conference, where all the 32 elected DAs come together. We propose legislation. We talk with our legislators to help change things. One of the things that we want to see is more truth in sentencing. When someone receives a 10-year sentence to serve, that doesn't mean that's what they're going to get every time. And so we want there to be truth in sentencing. So when we're sitting down with a victim and we say, hey, this is what the sentence is, but what that in actuality means is, 5 years, not 10 years. We want truth in sentencing.
Okay. Thank you very much. I'm going to go now, Stephen Hanchett, to you, and I'll repeat the question here. So, what role does the district attorney have in criminal justice reform? And then, as part of the question, and another part of it, what trends do you see in criminal activity that the DA's office should address?
So the big trend right now, and Ms. Taylor touched on it, is the drug problem, but it's specific, and it's the reason that I put out the plan that I put out. So when I started as a prosecutor, you had meth labs. You had people, trailers blowing up because they were cooking meth. You had shake and bake bottles. You had to warn kids about finding on the playgrounds. You had people planting acres and acres of marijuana. And that's changed now. 99% of the drugs in our community are imports. And because they are imports, they are subject to market disruption just like any other economic activity. And the fact that they are imports, the fact that these drugs are pouring in, the fact that fentanyl is pouring in, right now across the 10th Judicial District you can buy fentanyl for about $2, $3. We've never seen that. Okay, we have never seen that. Now, we knew fentanyl was dangerous. I prosecuted a fentanyl case for second-degree murder way back in 2010. So we knew fentanyl was dangerous. It's not that we didn't know that. But we've never had it pouring in at the rate it's pouring in now. So that's the trend. As far as the DA being able to make reforms, I actually have asked the General Assembly to codify my plan to make it an increased punishment for crossing any of the county lines coming into our district. And the reason for that is because this is being imported. You do have it's a once in a, I've said this and I mean it. We have a once in a generation chance to change things in our district. And we change it by attacking the drugs coming across our borders. We can't do anything about the southern border. We can protect ours. So there is a trend. There is something the DA can do to help make reform. Thank you.
All right, sir. Jeff Miller, I want to repeat the question. First of all, what role does the DA have in criminal justice reform? And then, what are some of the trends you see as far as criminal activity that the DA's office should address?
Thank you. First, before I answer that question, I have to go back to my opponent said that I had nothing to do with the Veterans Court. I serve on the Ocoee Region Veterans Council, and Robert Donaghy, Judge Donaghy's husband, heads that group, and we acted in an advisory capacity when the Veterans Court was founded. I'm very, very committed to our veterans. I have done pro bono work for veterans, helping them get their pension benefits. I don't charge anything for that. And we've helped countless veterans get their estate plans in order to be able to get those benefits and maximize those benefits. So I take a little bit of offense at my opponent discounting that. However, all right, so I'm uniquely qualified to be involved in justice reform because of my past experience as a legislator. I can talk the talk over in Nashville. I know how to get legislation introduced and passed. I know what it takes, and I can do that. I can work with our DA's conference. I can work with our legislators. Many of them I still know very, very well and have their numbers in my phone. And so I can do that very well. We've got to stay ahead. I'm not copycatting the answers, but it's just the truth that our greatest challenge right now is the fentanyl crisis. They are getting innovative. They're using UPS, they're using FedEx to ship those drugs into our district. They're using drones to fly over our jail yards and drop them into the jail yard. So we've got to become innovative in what we do and how we approach this topic. So I will work with the legislature. I will create reforms, and a good example of that, my opponent brought up the meth labs. Yes, we had a real problem in the 10th Judicial District with meth, as the whole state of Tennessee. And as your state senator, I addressed that. We reformed the laws so that you had to go behind the counter to get Sudafed and the ingredients to cook meth. That has had a huge impact on that crisis that we were involved in.
That's time. Thank you, Jeff. All right, one last question, and then we're going to give the candidates 2 minutes for their closing statements. All right, so what we want to do now, we had a couple of questions come in, and once again, I'm going to kind of combine these actually. What would be your opinion? What's the weakest part of the current DA's office? Now, to say the current, what would you change? Let's say it that way. What would you change about the DA's office? And then what is the strongest part of the DA's office? Okay, so as it stands now, what would you do to potentially change things, or what? And then we'll just put it in plain English. What would you keep? What is strong about it? All right. So for this, I'm going to begin with Stephen Hatchett.
So the strongest part of the DA's office, there's some good folks working over there. They do a good job. They do the best job they can. I think they've been hamstrung with some policies, and it's kept them from being able to exercise discretion in the courtroom. You can't have cookie cutter policies, and that's honestly been one of the weakest parts of the DA's office. Is when you have cookie cutter justice. All right, here's this blanket policy, and it must be. It doesn't work. You have to have individualized justice. Now, we've talked about the importance of communicating with law enforcement. I'll let the law enforcement community express their grievances with the voters, because I know they are. As far as being communicated with, I'll let the victims express their grievances with the voters, because I know they are. As far as not being communicated with. So there are certainly those issues, but the main thing that we have to do is we have to move forward. Okay, that's what we have to do. We have to move forward into the future. I'm not as much at talking about past as I am the future, because we have challenges. We have things that have to be tackled, and we've got to do that. So I would say, as in any organization, the strongest part are the people. The weakest part are the bureaucratic functions that weaken the people. Thank you.
Jeff Miller, same question. Basically, what's in your opinion, what would you do to change anything, improve anything? And then what is a strong point of the DA's office, and what would you keep if elected?
Well, everybody's heard of the example of the double-edged sword. The strongest thing about the DA's office right now is its people. It has good employees, good people there. And I don't plan to change anybody that wants to stay. They will have a job in my administration. However, there's changes that need to be made. They need to have that little checklist in the inside of the files that they notify victims before they plead bargain down. They need to notify the officer before they plead bargain down or dismiss a case. So those are changes that I'm going to make immediately. They're going to be heard, they're going to be listened to, and we're going to be tough. And when I hear individualized justice, it sort of smacks of favoritism. It smacks of what's happening to Donald Trump right now, individualized justice. I don't think that that's what the 10th Judicial expects and deserves. I believe they need even-handed justice. If you commit the crime and it's a light crime, you're going to get treated the same no matter what your lot in life is or where you came from. I don't like the fact of the individualized justice because it smacks of favoritism. And I think that's where one of my opponents has come from, an administration, 8 years of favoritism. And I just don't think that's where we need to go back. I want to move out of that and not go back to the days that political enemies were targeted, where individualized justice, so to speak, was taking place in this district. That's not what we need.
All right, thank you, sir. Sherry Taylor, so at the questions contributed here, as at the DA's office, what's strong about it? What would you change about it?
The people that work for me are incredible people. I had my hand in hiring most everybody that was there. I know what their abilities are, and I have seen them flourish in this job. They are good people that understand what justice is, and that they seek that for victims, and they seek that for the community. They are the strongest, they are the backbone of this office. I have watched them tirelessly stay after hours, contacting victims, contacting officers. So I take real issue with all these attacks on them, that they're not doing their jobs, because they absolutely are doing their jobs. Now, is there room for improvement? There's always room for improvement, no matter what job setting you're in. We can always do things better. And this office, this staff, strives to do it. Whether they are an assistant DA, whether they are a criminal investigator, a victim witness coordinator, or a secretary paralegal. Those men and women work tirelessly. They do anything that is asked of them. And I am extremely proud of them. And I'll tell you this, and I think this speaks to me. When General Crump decided to resign, there were one person retired, another person went down to Hamilton County to be a prosecutor there. Another just left and went to a public defender's office in Hamilton County. The night I was appointed, I got a phone call from that one that went to the public defender's office, and he asked if he could come back. I said, absolutely, because you are a good prosecutor, and I have watched you grow over the past 5 years in this office, and I immediately took him back. The fact that he wanted to come and work for me, and then I've been able to hire 3 or 4 more assistant DAs to come work for me, knowing that there is this election going on, I think that speaks to not only my abilities, but to my leadership in this office.
All right. Thank you very much, all of you, for joining us. All right, so now we are going to go to closing statements. And again, I really appreciate our candidates for agreeing to be here this morning and to present their ideas and their thoughts to you. So these are 2-minute closing statements, and we're going to begin with Jeff Miller. Jeff.
Thank you. Thank you again, Steve and Bridget. Thank you for having this debate today. And thank you, those of you that have listened and are watching on Mix TV. I come before you humbly and ask you for your vote for District Attorney. I feel like I'm uniquely qualified. I have experience in the courtroom. I know how to present evidence. I know how to lead. And I think that I'm uniquely qualified to lead this district where it needs to go and in the challenges, to face the challenges that we have with our growing population. We're going to have increased crime opportunities. We need to stay ahead of that. I know how to do that, and I would seek your vote. Now, I'm not going to weaponize this office. I'm not going to go after enemies. I'm not going to individualize justice. We're going to treat everybody similar. We're going to apply the law across the board. It doesn't matter who you are or where you came from. You're going to get the same treatment. If you violated the law, you're going to get the same treatment as anybody else. Thank you very much.
All right, Sherry Taylor, your closing statement, 2 minutes.
I want to start this by answering a question. I didn't get to the first question. What is my greatest achievement? As district attorney, as an assistant DA, my greatest achievement is seeking justice every day. For those that have come into the system, whether they are a victim, if they are law enforcement, or even if they are a criminal that I'm holding accountable, that justice that I seek and that I get, that is my greatest achievement. 25 years I've been prosecuting. I don't have to learn how to do this job. I know how to do this job. I've been doing this job. When Governor Lee had his appointment process, all 3 of us applied. And I was chosen because I'm the most qualified. And, we didn't just apply because we applied. We applied because we all wanted this job, obviously because we're all running. But as I said, I applied for this job and I received this job because I'm the most qualified. Now I'm asking you to elect me to this job because I am the most qualified. I'm the most qualified of 25 years of prosecutorial experience, over 126 jury trials. I know how to do this job. I know how to hold criminals accountable. I've been doing it my whole career, and I will continue to do that. I know how to work with law enforcement. I care about victims. It is very important for a victim to trust the district attorney, to know how to do her job and to walk alongside them through the darkest days of their lives as they go through this system. And I do that, and I'm committed to that, and I will always do that. And I ask you for your vote on March 5th. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, closing statement from Stephen Hatchett. Stephen?
Thank you, Steve and Bridget, for hosting this. I appreciate Brian Poole sponsoring it. This race, honestly, is about experience, and this debate actually highlighted some of the differences between the three of us. Mr. Miller just said he didn't believe in or wasn't going to apply individualized justice. Well, as a prosecutor, the law requires you to do that. Apparently, he's never read the sentencing laws. Apparently, he's not aware that you are required. If you're going to seek enhanced punishment, you have to express the particular reasons. You have to file that. If you want to ask for aggravating factors, you have to file it. You have to identify the individual reasons for that person, why they should be treated the way they're treated by the judges. Folks, experience matters. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. If you've never been a prosecutor, this ain't a time for on-the-job training. It's just not. We have serious challenges in this community, and you have to have a district attorney that can go to work on day one. And it really is just that simple. So I appreciate everybody listening. I appreciate everybody watching. I would appreciate everybody's vote. Early voting is going. Voting's kind of low. Please go out to vote. A lot of folks fought, bled, died for the right to vote. Don't give that up. It's important. Please go vote, and I would appreciate your vote. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you all very much for coming. We really appreciate it. I know the public appreciates it. It is just so important to have your ideas out, and I appreciate you coming in this morning. I really do. All right, so let me give you a reminder quickly, and that is you can go back to just joining us, Mix 104.1, Talk 101.3 The Buzz, MixTV.tv. You can go back and watch the full debate at MixTV.tv. Again, a big thank you to Poole Funeral Home and Cremation Services for sponsoring this debate. We'll be doing these debates throughout the election year. A reminder, you can vote early at, sorry, I lost my train of thought. What were we saying?
Vote early at the voting location.
Yeah, vote early at the early voting locations through February the 27th. Election day is March the 5th. We'll have full coverage that night. For all of us at Mix 104.1 and MixTV.tv, have a great day, everybody.
Mayfield Dairy, celebrating 100 years of the iconic Mayfield ice cream at MayfieldDairy.com. Proudly headquartered in Athens, Tennessee.
Welcome to Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive excellence is our top priority. At Mountain View Nissan, we take pride in offering you the finest selection of vehicles, perfectly suited for your adventurous spirit. From powerful SUVs ready to conquer any terrain to your everyday gas-friendly commuters, we have the perfect vehicle to match your lifestyle. This is Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive dreams become reality. Visit one of our 3 locations in Dalton, Chattanooga, and Cleveland today, and let us take your driving experience to new peaks.
Bender Realty is helping to keep the community thriving during this pandemic by offering no-contact online tools for buyers and sellers in the real estate market.
Especially in this day and time with COVID, it makes a lot of the buyers are not wanting to get out and walk into someone else's home, and even sellers may not want people in their home. We can actually do a virtual tour with our phones and send it to our clients.
Walk through a property without having to actually be there and see all the intricacies of the property and the things that they may or may not want.
If you're looking to buy, sell, lease, or rent, trust your friends at Bender Realty, 472-2173, bender-realty.com. Be home with Bender Realty.
20 years later, we've grown in many ways, but never out of that same customer-first heart to serve. Doing the right thing simply because it's right will earn your business the right way every day, every year, offering permanent steel roofing and siding at competitive prices, keeping promises, staying on time for both deliveries and pickups, making things right when we come up short. Partners like you are the reason Best Buy Metals exists.
Thank you for the opportunity to serve you.
Come see us!
Hey listeners, there's a new Buzz Tuesdays at noon, the voice of We the People. It's about what the H is going on in America. Tune in and call in Tuesdays on 101.3 The Buzz. A seatbelt is required for this ride.
Shopping for a great deal on a car or truck? Know this. Cleveland Ford is loaded with vehicles, over 230 in stock, all discounted. I'm talking saving up to $7,500 on new F-Series trucks and Mustang Mach-E. We have financing as low as 0% on Edge and 1.9% for 72 months on new F-150s. And as always, you get a lifetime powertrain warranty and complimentary service when you buy from us. So hurry to Cleveland Ford today, because this sale ends soon, or shop us at clevelandford.com.
I told my son to find me the nicest place to live in Cleveland. He said, Dad, there's only one place, and that's Garden Plaza. And I moved into the patio home. Everybody knows your name from day one, and there's something to do all day long if you want to participate in it. You cannot possibly be bored at Garden Plaza. It is just great, and their food is outstanding. It's out of this world. I'm so happy I'm here. Garden Plaza is it for me.
Now at Hardee's, 2 hand-breaded chicken tender wraps are only $5. Choose your favorite flavors for endless combinations. 2 wraps, just $5. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
Hi, I'm Brian Poole, sole owner of Poole Serenity Funeral Home and Cremation Services of Cleveland. It's going to be more of our discount funeral home and cremation center. We'll offer $895 cremation that will come with a wood urn. Only other charges the family have be for death certificates and permits. That's it. No other hidden charges, no other hidden fees. We have a traditional burial package, $4,595. That does include a casket and the services. You can reach us at www.pfhserenity.com.
Peyton Southeastern in Cleveland is hiring case selectors. Starting pay at $19 an hour. Earning potential up to $23 an hour plus incentive pay. Additional $2 an hour night shift premium. And you're eligible to earn a $3,000 stay bonus. Flexible schedules and great benefits at Peyton Southeastern in Cleveland. They have open interviews Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 9 to 11 a.m. and from 1 to 3 p.m. Apply online at job.kroger.com to work at Peyton Southeastern in Cleveland.
Elevate your siding projects with Cleveland Exteriors. Ascend fiberglass siding built with lasting beauty and low maintenance. Cleveland Exteriors, your trusted partner for exceptional siding. Visit clevelandexteriors.com or call today.
Choosing the right healthcare plan for you and your family can be overwhelming. Direct Primary Care Associates' new pharmacy benefits is the best choice for you and your family. With personalized attention, convenient telemedicine options, and free generic medications, Direct Primary Care Associates Pharmacy Benefits offers everything you need to keep you and your family healthy and happy. Say goodbye to long wait times, rushed appointments, and unexpected medical bills. Visit our website to learn more about how Direct Primary Care Associates can provide the best healthcare experience for you and your family. Direct Primary Care Associates, affordable healthcare for all.
Others from the college have been coming here promoting a big event, which is actually tonight. And my goodness, you brought our keynote guest here, haven't you?
Yes, so this is Nicholas McCarthy. He comes to us from England, lives just outside of London, and he has an amazing gift and an amazing story. Incredible, incredible gift. Nicholas is one of the top classical pianists in the world. He graduated from the Royal College of Music, which is the top music school in Europe. So he is up there. He travels the world nonstop. We're so lucky to have him. But he has an incredible story. He was born without a right hand. And at age 14, he said, I want to play piano. And so I'll let him take it from there. But he's here, and we're going to enjoy his visit. I want to tell you, though, what he's doing. Yesterday, he played in an assisted living facility for us, Morning Point Assisted Living. Tonight, he's doing the concert. This afternoon, he is speaking to Unity Music with disadvantaged youth. Tomorrow, he's going to play in front of 800 or 900 high school students from around the region. And tomorrow night, he's playing at the gala. So he's been awesome. And
they're keeping me busy.
My goodness,
they're keeping me busy.
Nicholas, welcome. It's so great to meet you. We've heard a lot about you. Let's, as John said, go back to your story and in the beginning.
Yeah, well, it's such a pleasure to be here, and it's my first time in the South. I've obviously come to the States a lot, but this is my first time in the South, so I've had a good Tennessee welcome, which has been really nice. So yeah, my story. I mean, obviously, having one hand, being born without my right hand. Definitely not the first career choice you'd have thought I'd have picked, right? You know, becoming a one-handed pianist. And I come from a very kind of working class, humble background. Mum and dad just normal jobs in sales for a living. Went to normal school, and I had a completely unmusical childhood. And you know, music just didn't feature in my life until I had one of those moments at the age of 14. When I was in my school assembly, and we had one pianist who's a great friend of mine. She was a really amazing classical pianist. And I just had one of those epiphany moments that you kind of hear Oprah Winfrey talking about, you know, and kind of those moments of life-changing events. And I was sat in the assembly watching my friend play this amazing piece of Beethoven on the piano. And I had one of those moments where I thought, this is what I am meant to be doing on this earth. This is what my calling is. Completely ignoring the fact that I only had one hand. You know what it's like when we're teenagers. It's so easy to become an astronaut. It's so easy to become an NFL player. It's so easy to become a one-handed pianist. You know, and as we know, it's not as easy as we kind of think when we're teenage. And that teenage invincibility kind of really spurred me on, I think. And so, yeah, that's how it started. And within a few years, I was accepted to the Junior Guildhall in London, which is, where Orlando Bloom studied, and, lots of actors and famous musicians and people studied. And then another couple of years, I was accepted to the Royal College of Music. And so it was a bit of a whirlwind trip from 14 to, a couple of years later being in those world-class establishments.
And now, as John said, you're traveling the world. What's the reaction? I mean, what's the reaction for those who may have not heard you and your story? What is the reaction that you get around the world?
I think the first instance is obviously intrigue. Of course, having one hand and playing the piano, you don't think that's going to be what I do for a living. So I understand that, and I'm always I quite like to surprise people. So I'm always quite enjoy that intrigue. I think. For me, my story and my kind of, I didn't have an easy ride with things. Lots of, especially in the classical world, is a very traditional world, especially in London. And I had so many, doors, metaphorical doors slammed in my face. And it was about me kind of trying to break those doors down. And so I think my human interest story, and that story of kind of not giving up and triumph over adversity, paired with the music, really seems to capture people's imagination and kind of speaks to them in some way, even if they don't like classical music, or they don't know anything or never really listened to it. It kind of seems to kind of intrigue them enough to want to come to my concerts, which, obviously I'm forever grateful for.
And then give us a preview of the message that you give people, that you impart to them, and that you're going to be talking to people, hundreds of people, about, maybe more than that, over the next couple of days here in Cleveland. What's a part of your message?
I think the main thing and the main ethos, really, that I kind of live by is that anything is possible. And I know it sounds a little bit corny sometimes, but I think my story and how I've carved this career out for myself, and I've performed with Coldplay at the Paralympic closing ceremony in front of 500 million TV viewers. Some of the things that I've done in my life, if I were to tell my 14-year-old self, look, this is what you're going to be doing for a living, get ready, buckle up, So I think my message is always that anything is possible, and it does take incredible hard work. It does take having a thick skin, and it definitely isn't plain sailing. It's not just this trajectory of success. There's lots of bumps in the road, which we all know happens in life. So that's really my message, especially to the young people. And when I'll speak to them on Friday, which I'm looking forward to, just to share with them that kind of that is life, and you can still kind of get over these difficulties, whatever you're doing, whether it's sport, radio presenting, whatever it is. It's just not a plain sailing, but you can still find success at the other end. So really, that's my general message.
John Squires, a big congratulations to you and your team. You've done it again. This is becoming a tradition for Cleveland State.
It really is. It's kind of our signature event. But the thing I really like about it is that it's truly a community event. Like, we had Archie Manning, and that was such a great event, from high schools all the way up to the people like me who grew up watching him. But then we had Tamika Catchings, who overcame a hearing disability to become the greatest women's basketball player of all time. She was just incredible. But again, she went to the Boys and Girls Club. She had the high schools come in and listen to her. And so this is just turning into a great community event, and that's what we really like about it. And Nicholas has been so generous and so flexible, and he's like, I'm here, use me to however best we can to maximize the impact, and I really appreciate that. So it really is taking off, and but we are really trying to give back to the community while also raising funds for the foundation. So all of the funds raised throughout the week go to the Cleveland State Community College Foundation, which provides financial aid and assistance to over 700 students a year, gives over $400,000 in scholarships a year, and then also goes beyond that and helps the college and its programs in other ways. So it's for a great cause. Like, we're not only here giving, but the money raised goes back to impact lives on down the road too. So it really is.
For over 50 years, Cleveland State's been doing that here in our community. Nicholas, again, a pleasure meeting you, and can't wait to hear some great stories from this week.
Likewise, and I hope your daughter enjoys it on Friday.
She'll be with you Friday. She's looking forward to it.
That's right.
Thank you guys very
so
much. It's a
Thank
pleasure
you,
meeting
Steve.
you. It's a wonderful story. Hey, Nicholas, in case folks want more information about you and your career and that sort of thing, what would they do?
I mean, quick Google, just type in, even if you forget my name, Nicholas McCarthy, you could Google one-handed pianist and I'll come up somewhere. You can watch my TED Talks, you can follow me online, Instagram, and anywhere like that. Come and say hi.
I guarantee you people want to do that. Thank you both very much. All right, that's going to do it for us this morning. It has been an incredibly busy morning, a wonderful morning in so many ways. So here's what you do. If you missed any of it this morning since about 6 a.m., you can go to mixtv.tv and catch up on everything that's been happening this morning. All right, we're going to, for Mix 104.1, going to send you back to music. For Mix TV, we're going to see you tomorrow morning. Have a great day, everybody.
M&M Construction, locally